Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
And good afternoon, everybody. This is Keith Whitman here with Jeremy, and we are at Carlisle for tonight's matchup between the Wildcats of Mount Enterprise and the Indians of Carlisle. Jeremy, how's it going, man?
Man, I'm good. How are you? I'm excited to be here in Carlisle. I mean, this is hometown, small town football, right? It's you feel like the whole community's here tonight, and it's going to be a good, exciting game to watch.
It's definitely Friday night lights here in East Texas, and a good crowd on both sides of the ball. Mount Enterprise filling up those visiting stands across the way, and likewise here on the home side as the Carlisle home faithful are just piling it in right now as the teams are waiting to pile into the field and get this game started on a cloudy, hopefully the rain will stay away, Friday night.
Yeah, I think that was the big question coming in tonight. It was, what was the field going to look like, right? Like, are we going to be in a mud field? Are we going to be? But the field looks fantastic. Again, one of the cool places that still has natural grass, right? And so you always wonder with rain and things like that what that's going to do to the field. But it looks like it's in good shape, and we'll see what happens after a couple hours of football.
Right. Both teams are now on the field, and the Indians are waving their flags and getting things ready. First game of the season for both of these teams. And Jimmy, you and I both had games last night. I was in Hallsville with the Lindale-Hallsville game that was the game that never started, basically, and we took us 2 hours. We got started about 9:30, and then you were up in Palestine for the Palestine, I believe, Nacogdoches game. Yeah. And so a lot of games last night, but tonight is the start of these two teams' season, and I believe we're going to go to the field shortly for the national anthem. And so we'll take you down there, and then we'll get things started on our end.
At this time, we'd like everybody to stand as we play the national anthem.
And it's usually about this time I yell play ball, but that's during baseball season.
That's right. Wrong sport. This is. I know you'll probably say the same thing. Last night we were at 4 and 5A schools, and so I think the thing I love about this too is a lot of these guys are going to play two ways tonight, right? You're going to have some guys that are going to play quarterback and play DB, or play wide receiver and linebacker, right? This is that thing where this is almost that Iron Man kind of game where you got to play both positions, right? Offense, defense, probably special teams as well, and so it kind of adds another wrinkle to what goes on.
Yeah, it does. Captains are heading out to the field. Captains for Carlisle, number 2, Chase Rowland. Number 4, Yvonne Garza. Number 1, Antonio Ibarra. And number 8, Elvis Hernandez. And for the Wildcats, number 55, RJ Roberts. Number 3, Keegan Cash. number 19, Joshua Bennett in number 10, Aiden Alsop. And those are the captains for both the teams. They're meeting in the middle of the field to see who's going to get the ball first.
That's right. That's right. So you got, for Mount Enterprise, you got a quarterback and a couple of running backs, right? Again, Keegan Ash is the guy that, if things go according to plan, will probably hit 7,000 career yards this year and 100-plus touchdowns, right? That's kind of the prediction. And then I think his backfield mate, Alsop, had about a little over 1,000 yards himself last year, right? And then on the other side, you've got Carlisle with Coach Baker, coming back. And, you've got Ibarra there at quarterback. And, they've got some skill guys as well. So I think it's going to be a fun game. I think we're going to see a lot of ground and pound tonight.
And you were talking about the difference between the small town, the games, and last night I was doing a 4A and a 5A game. You were doing 4A as well. And then we come here and you got the smaller, and I just love the snot and the drag. Not that the bigger games and the bigger schools don't have it, but there's just something about small town football games on a grass field and it just has a cool feel to it.
Yeah, it's got a different mentality, right? It's just. Yeah, I mean, I think it's that. Yeah, not old school is probably not the right word because there's still some spread and those kind of things involved. But I think it's just a different mentality when you're going to play both ways, right? And you want to exert your will on your opponent, and you've got a limited roster. Like I said, you're looking at 20, maybe 30 guys here. Where last night, we might have seen teams where there were 30 offensive guys and 30 defensive guys, right? And so it's just a different look. And
so the Wildcats won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. And so we'll see, and probably will kick off, as I imagine Carlisle will receive. Yep, that's what's going to happen. So Mount Enterprise will be kicking off. They'll be on defense to start this game off. And just before we get started, we're first of all glad that you're watching. And don't forget to chat with us. That's what we want. We want you to tell us where you're watching from and who you're rooting for. We love to hear that. And go ahead and like and subscribe as well. And don't forget, we do have an app. We have a NETSN app. You can keep track of all the games that are going on tonight and throughout the season. We have close to 80 games in the regular season this season on NETSN, and a lot of games going on, plus the playoffs after that. So
I think I checked the other day. We're almost 100 now.
Yeah, are we really? We got some added some.
Yeah, so we're in a crazy number there, and we got our friends down in the center Shelbyville area as well chipping in their set of 20-some. So I think between, our group in this direction and that direction, I think we're right at 100. And
I remember when we got started, it was just two of us, and and we were doing 1 to 2 games a week, and now we're up to a lot more than that. So
I think we're 10 this week.
Yeah,
I think
we have
5 tonight.
Right.
Yeah, just a crazy change.
So we're excited that you're watching us, and we have Jonathan Bradley actually chatting, and he's rooting for Carlisle. He's at Dallas Hospital, and we're glad that you are watching tonight and rooting for the Indians. And looking like we're going to have a kickoff soon. They're talking about it, at least, trying to figure out what's going on.
What are we allowed to do and not allowed to do, right? Kind of those, again, first game, right? First game jitters. How can we line this up? What does it look like? And I think that, like you said, this is just an exciting time of year, right? Again, non-district, so you get a chance to kind of, test what you have, right, and make those adjustments as you go. And so I think tonight's game is going to be about who can control the ball, right?
Yeah.
Can you keep a hold of it, don't turn it over, right, and then can you impose your will on your opponent?
Yabani Rubio is getting things set up for the Wildcats, and he's ready to kick off. He is a senior, a lot of seniors on this team for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think he's a running back and a DB as well.
Yeah.
So he's running the full slate like we talked about.
And it looks like Dakota Grigsby is back deep for the Indians. And he's in the center of the field, ready to take it. Here we go, and it is kickoff time in East Texas. And a good hit. Great job, Keegan Ash with the stop, and really didn't go anywhere on that return. It'll be first down and 10 for the Indians in their own territory at the 36-yard line. So really not very much to go on there, as Ash was really on him quickly.
Yeah, kind of shocked they didn't call fair catch on that one, right? Probably a thing that coach on the sideline goes, hey, remember, you just wave your arm, right? Because that's a dangerous thing. You get popped just right, that ball comes out, and then it's a bad news Bears, right?
Yeah, and he hit him. Yeah, he hit him right there. Got a kind of hurt me on my hip watching that one.
Yeah, good solid contact. Again, like we just talked about, right? You're going to bring the heat every play.
But Ibarra's going to bring out his offense, and he's going to have Hernandez back there with him to his right. Trips right for the Indians, and 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Here's the snap. And toss to the right to Hernandez, and he slips. And that's going to be a little bit of a problem tonight with all the rain, as Joshua Bennett was on him very quickly from the defensive side. And not very far he can go as Hernandez tried to cut back in, but a good little option throw as Ibarra was trying to read off that defensive lineman. 2nd down and 10. 4 receivers, twins on each side. There's the snap. Ibarra 1 step back and just throws it short. Intended receiver was Joseph Mejia. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 13, excuse me. 3rd down, excuse me, and 13. I'll get it right here in a minute, Jeremy.
Yeah, you know, that first play there, he slipped. I think he had a little room there and lost 3 yards on that 1st down play, and so we're sitting 3rd and 13. And this is kind of that down you probably don't want to be in, right? You don't want to be in 3rd and long early in the game.
Spread offense. Ibarra finding some room, trying to get to the outside, and nowhere to go. And he is brought down. And that's Joshua Bennett once again making his presence known in the backfield of the Indians. And that's going to bring up 4th down and long as they lose a couple of yards on that play. And the punt unit is going to have to come out for the Indians.
Yeah, again, not what you want, right? Started on the 36, back to the 32. Not really the prescribed start that you'd love to have, and now you got to kick it away and then let your defense settle in.
So back deep, Tanner Wilburn and Keegan Ash to receive the punt. Good punt by the Indians, and it's off Wilburn's hand. And a good recovery by Wilburn, but a little bit of a stomachache butterfly moment there by the Mount Enterprise hopeful over there. And that'll bring up 1st down as the first offensive series for the Wildcats is coming up. And they'll be on their own 28-yard line? Yeah, be in the 28-yard line. And have another one on the chat. We'll talk in a minute for that one. Ash in the backfield. He's going to keep the ball, run it around to the outside, cuts up and misses a tackle and does a good job to gain about 7 yards on that play, get to the 35-yard line. He's finally brought down by, I believe, Chase Rowland, number 2. On the defense, quick and in a hurry is the offense. A good throw. He's got a wide open receiver just a bit out of the reach as Bennett just misses his receiver, Alsop, who was wide open, Jeremy.
Yeah, that would have been, man, just a little bit more air underneath it, right? And he had pressure in his face, but just a little bit more air, and that might be money.
And no huddle. Flag is thrown on the play as we have a lineman on the defensive side that jumped a little bit early, and I think they're going to just decline this neutral zone violation, if it's what I think it is. Yeah, I would decline it because he's going to get a 1st down yardage anyway. That was Keegan Ash on the run, gain of about 6 if they let it stand. It's, the coach, Coach Freeman, Coach Ponder over on the other side, he's trying to say, we're going to decline it, dude.
Yeah, we don't want it.
Yeah, offsides on the defense, declined it. And like I said, it's going to be a 6-yard gain, going to get to about the 41-yard line. Make that 42-yard line. And a good play and a 1st down play by Mount Enterprise. 10:03 left in the 1st quarter. Bennett is in the backfield, waits for the ball. It's going to be rolled to him, and he keeps it and tries to dance around, but too many Indians are in his face, and they take him down for a loss on the play. And a fumble, they're saying, waiting for a referee, not a player, to make the prediction there. And
I think he lost forward progress. So even if he ripped that ball out, I don't know.
Yeah, he was going backwards, but still waiting to see. And they're going to call it. Okay. It's going to be a fumble recovery and a turnover by Mount Enterprise. And Carlisle will have the ball in Wildcat territory at about the 41-yard line. So I didn't see the fumble, Jeremy, and not sure if you did either. But
yeah, I mean, the ball did come out, but I guess they ruled it was before forward progress was stopped, and so we're gonna flip the script here and turn it around.
So 9:42 left in the first, and not the way that Mount Enterprise wanted to start their first offensive series. But the Indians back out there, and Ibarra in the backfield. Hernandez to his back and right side. And a handoff up the middle, Hernandez, and he's hit in the backfield. Does lunge forward, but Bennett, once again, number 19 on the defense, is in his face, and no gain on the play. Good job by Hernandez to lunge forward, at least to get back to the line of scrimmage.
It looks like they might have given him a yard last. They kind of readjusted.
Oh, they did readjust. That wasn't there just a minute ago.
No.
So a gain of 1 on the play. Still a good job to lunge on that, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. Ibarra in the backfield, trips to the right. And Ibarra will hold it and run with it to the left-hand side. Tried to follow a blocker.
Popped.
Yeah, he sure did. He tried to follow Hernandez's blocker to the left-hand side, but Mount Enterprise read that like a book. And a gain of 2 on the play. So it'll bring 3rd down and about 7 for Carlisle.
Yeah, that was Aiden Alsup on the tackle there. That was a big hit, right? It looked like there was a little bit of room, and he closed the door quickly.
Yeah, and I agree. I saw the hole, and then that thing closed. Hernandez in motion to the right-hand side. He bubbles out, but the throw is going to be going upfield to about the 25-yard line. And it's going to be a 1st down for Carlisle. That was Joseph Mejia, with the catch and the 1st down. So good job by Carlisle. Clock running 8:24. Ryder McCamey and Hernandez in the backfield with Ibarra. Ibarra keeps the ball, heads to the outside, and man, I don't know what he was thinking there, Jeremy. He ran into the 2 guys that were there.
Yeah, crunching tackle there.
Yeah, a great job by the defense as Bennett and Alsup were there, but there was a wide open field to his left, and he just cut it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what he was reading off of.
Yeah, I think he probably should have bounced that one and tried to bubble at least a little bit. But
yeah.
Maybe he was worried about the speed of those guys on the outside. I'm not sure. But, yeah, it was a tough way to take a tackle from 4 guys.
Ibarra, empty backfield, looks to the right-hand side, throws, incomplete. Hernandez was the intended receiver. He had 2 guys on him, but within about 5 yards of him. So really wasn't making any play on him to cause the issue. And that'll bring 3rd down.
I think you're in that territory here unless you really trust your kicker, right? This might be 2 downs, right? You're going to try to get 5 or 6 here and then kind of make that decision. I think that's the goal here. I could be wrong, but that's kind of the thought. That's how it worked,
Right.
That's what I would be thinking is if I've got 2 plays here.
Empty backfield again. And he's hit. Ibarra goes down in the backfield, and that's Ash. He comes up the middle, and I don't know if Ibarra didn't see him or what, but he was looking towards the left-hand side and just went down, and a huge loss for the Indians. And now it's going to be, instead of 4th and manageable, 4th and long.
Yeah, 4th and 18. Again, that takes you out of kicking range for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, their kicker has a strong leg. We were watching in the pregame, but I don't know if he's got that strong.
Yeah. 51 might be outside the realm of what is possible, especially on a field where there's a little bit of slipping going on, right? Like, they're going to go for it on 4th and 18.
You got trips to the right. Hernandez to the right of Ibarra. Ibarra takes the snap. 2-step drop. Looks to the right-hand side. Throw. Catch. And he cuts in. That's going to be Dakota Grigsby. Goes to the outside to about the 22-yard line. But, again, not enough. But not anywhere near the 1st down marker. But does a good job to put Mount Enterprise back further into their own territory, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Wildcats. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN. All right, we are back here in Carlisle. No score yet. And, he's taken down in the backfield.
And number 4, Ivan Garza there on the blitz.
And that was beautiful. Bennett didn't even see him. He was on his backside.
Yeah, he had no idea.
And couldn't even, he was going for a right side throw. So no huddle again. Mount Enterprise using quickness. And hands off to Ash. Ash to the right-hand side. He's hit and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And trying to see who that was. I believe it was number 11.
Yeah, loss of 2 there on the run.
Yeah, that was number 11. Xander Castleberry on the stop. So 3rd and long. And I believe that's going to be Ash again to the left-hand side and nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1, but when you're 3rd and long and miles to go, 1 does not do it. So really, really quickly, the Wildcats are at 4th down.
Yeah,
and that no-huddle offense and quick offense, when you're not going anywhere, gets you to the end quick. Garza back deep for the punt return as the punt unit for the Mount Enterprise Wildcats is out. Here comes the punt. It's up. And Garza is going to take it to the right-hand side. Passes 1 down to the 20. Knocked out of bounds at the 19-yard line. See where they're going to spot him. They're going to give him the spot at, I believe, right where I said, and that's rare.
Yeah, 1st and 10 on the 19. Really only a 5-yard net there. Right?
I know. We got 5:09 left in just the first quarter here in Carlisle, and a lot of action, but no score as of yet. We got a turnover by Mount Enterprise earlier, and Carlisle could not capitalize on that. And now the Indians are going to come out in good field position.
Yeah, I think you have to capitalize here, right? I mean, you've been given a gift here, ball on the 19-yard line going in. You got to make something happen here.
Well, this is the second time you've been put in deep in their territory, so we'll see what happens. Handoff. No, Ibarra's going to keep it go up the middle, got a wide open hole, and he's going to get down to about the 10, maybe the 9-yard line. It just depends on where they're going to spot him. Right at about the line to gain, and we'll see what they're going to call him. And they're going to put him right at about the 11. 2nd and 1. Ibarra. Set. Twins to the right. Hernandez to the right of Ibarra. Moving left to right on your screen. Ibarra is going to keep it. Try to find a hole, but runs right into the hands of a defender. And once again, that's going to be number 19, Joshua Bennett.
Yeah, and it looks like no gain. Looks like they're spotting the ball at about the exact same place. So 3rd and 1 from the 10.
And they got to go forward. They're moving a lot of side to side, and a great job by the defensive front of the Wildcats to stretch that out. That's a perfect way to defend that play.
Looks like we might be calling for a measurement here. It's close.
Oh, we're going to do a measurement. All right. 4:17 left.
It's that thing where, if we were the NFL, right, they'd have that virtual. Have you seen that thing, that virtual?
That virtual,
measurement?
yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, we don't have a yellow line on the field, and we don't have a camera that'll be down there for you to see it, so we'll just have to wait.
Yeah, we'll do our best to give you what we can see from here, and hope we can get you something.
And
it's going to be close. It's closer than I thought. I think they gave him a decent spot on that. He got looking originally like it was on the 10. They've given him almost to the 9. I think the 9 was the first down, so I'm guessing it's going to be inches short.
And we got a chat from Dill0NFV. Says, I support Mount Enterprise because I go there. Well, that's great. Glad that you support him. Glad that you're watching. Thanks for chatting with us. And, again, you can chat with us while you're watching.
They gave him the first down.
And a first down for the Indians. And they're going to move a little bit closer. So a good job for the Indians. It's going to be first down and 10 right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, so it looks like they're in the 9, so they're going to be first and goal here. Because they did mark it just inside the 10, so not enough room to get a first down. So first and goal. Again, you got to capitalize, right? You got 4 downs here to get 9 yards.
Ibarra keeps it, tries to follow Hernandez up the middle, does gain of probably around 3, maybe 4. They're going to give him 4. He looks like he's right at the 5. So second and goal from the 5 is where they're going to put him. And Indians knocking on the door of that end zone, trying to get the first score of the ball game with 3:52 left in the first quarter. Handoff, Hernandez, and the fumble. Ball's on the ground. Handoff was not clear. And Ibarra does a good job to pounce it, but they lose 3 yards and they're back to about the 8. So not exactly what the Indians wanted.
Yeah, you know, you had a good success on first down, and then you hate to have that. It looked like one of those where they couldn't quite decide if it was a pull or a give, and they kind of both thought the opposite, and the ball hits the turf, and that's the danger of that zone read, right?
Yeah.
You got to have your timing and your mesh just right.
Open backfield. Ibarra by himself, twins to the left. Ibarra, 3-step drop, and tries to get out of there as he's pressured by Ash from the left-hand side and is not able to get out in another loss of 3, maybe 4. And now you're fourth and goal from the 12. And now you got to kick.
I'm just going to throw an observation, but I think if I'm Carlisle, I have got to block Keegan Ash because I think that's the second or third time. I know he's got a couple sacks. He's almost got a third. Like you need to watch this guy, right? Like
when especially right now when you're trying to kick, he can come off that side really quick.
Yes.
And he's already setting up. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Chuy Enriquez is going to kick. It's up. And it's long enough, and it's in. So Enriquez and the Indians on the board first with a field goal.
Yeah, great piece of work there to recover a little bit of a herky-jerky finish there. But again, you come away with the points, and that's the goal.
That's the goal. Now you got a little bit of momentum. You got a little bit of a push. You did what you had to do. You capitalized on the great field position, and now you got to go out, play defense, do a good job there, and get the ball back. But Mount Enterprise has got to come out and keep the ball and make a positive gain. They haven't really had that opportunity yet because they've kind of fell flat. They turned it over on downs twice, turned it over on the ground in a fumble. And so this is their opportunity with 2:21 left in the first quarter to come out and get some points on the board.
Yeah, and this is what you get sometimes first game, right? Like you get a little bit of jitters, right? A little bit of nerves, and sometimes it gets you off your game just a little bit. And so, you think you look for Mount Enterprise to settle in here and get the ball to their playmakers and let's get it rolling. And I think you just remind them it's early and it's only 3-0.
And Herbert J, I apologize. You are correct. Kagan is the right way to pronounce his name. It does help. I do apologize. I will make sure that I say it correctly from now on. Thank you. I am greatly appreciative of that, and we do our best to pronounce names.
Keep wrecking the game like this.
Yeah, we don't want to wreck anybody's experience at all.
And he's going to be all over the place, it looks like, so we're going to say Kagan quite a bit
I have a feeling I'm going to say Kagan's name a lot tonight, so thank you for that. I do appreciate it. I do what the best I can to say names correctly. I'm in education, so I see a lot of names, and I don't know why I didn't recognize the A before E situation. So, again, Herbert J., thank you for the heads up.
Oh,
and
almost
almost
ran the sneaky.
Little razzle-dazzle there.
I like it. You might as well see if they were paying attention. Right? I like it.
And Chewy with a good hit to the outside.
Oh, that's good. Oh, what a great kick. It's going to force him out of bounds there at the 26.
And beautiful. And a good way to do that, and that's Coy, I believe that's Coy Freeman on the catch. And it did. It led him right out of bounds. And now Mountain Enterprise is going to have the ball.
Yeah,
right at about
that's the goal of the pooch kick, right? Force the guy to catch it, and then he even backed him up after he caught it. And so I think that's what you're looking for. So I think if you're, I don't know, if I'm him, like that's success one, right? I'm the coach. I'm like, yes, that's what we coach him up.
Yeah.
And then I think, again, if you please call the fair catch.
Well, you got to make him commit,
right?
too.
Please call the fair catch.
First down and 10. Bennett in the backfield. Low snap again. And Ash going up.
What a great tackle there.
Wow. Who was that, Jeremy?
That was number 54. Brandon Garza saved a TD right there.
And did he ever? Because there was nothing but green grass. There it is again. Another handoff. And a throw back.
There we go.
And it didn't really. I mean, that could have been great and a good job by Kagan to play a little heads up there and throw that ball back to Bennett.
I was like, what is he? Oh, great play, right? Like, what do you? No, yes, okay, that's awesome.
I think Joshua was a little surprised. Throw to the outside by Bennett and a good catch and run a first down. That's Aiden Alsop. Gets about a 10-yard run and a first down. They're going to move that chain. No huddle offense still by Mount Enterprise. First and 10 from the 39-yard line in their own territory. 1:25 left in the first quarter. Kagan Ash with the ball. Comes up. Gain of about 2 on the play. So the Indians looking to stop and keep Mount Enterprise from scoring here in the first quarter. Bennett takes the handoff, gets hit in the backfield, but scoops past, and the ball's on the ground, and it's picked up, looks like, by the Indians. We're going to wait for the referee, and he calls it. And the ball gets coughed up, and that's going to be 54. Brandon Garza, and another turnover by Mount Enterprise.
What did we say? We said you got to protect the ball, right? You got to protect that ball. Again, great option here for Carlisle to really put the foot on the gas here, right?
And a good job by Garza to just pounce, because there was 3 or 4 Wildcats around that ball, and he was by himself, and he got that pickup. So good job by Carlisle. And man, just when you think Mount Enterprise is on the move, they just pop themselves in the foot.
Yeah, tough way to end a drive there, and if you're Carlisle, you couldn't script it any better. And so they've got first and 10 here on the plus 46.
Barr with throw to the outside. He's hit as he throws, but a good catch. And that's Dakota Grigsby. Goes out of bounds. And I'm trying to see, I believe.
About 7 yards or 6 or 7 yards on that. About 7, I think. Well, they're going to give them they're going to put it at the 40. So 6 yards there.
And I couldn't see who hit him. I think that was Wilburn on the hit. I think there were a couple around him. So it'll be second down and around 4 for Carlisle. Clock still running. 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Second and 4. Ibarra in the backfield. Hernandez to his right. 3-step drop. Tipped. That's going to be your number 19, Joshua Bennett. Playing both sides of the ball there. Does a good job of knocking that ball up.
So 3rd and 4 here, again from the plus 40. They got 40 to go.
Well, don't lose your voice, Dill. Dill said, this is making me lose my voice. He's making me lose my voice, too. But
yeah. Let's try to save it if you can.
Yeah, doing our best. Don't do that.
We're just quarter 1. So
we got a long game. Ibarra in the backfield. 1-step drop, throws. Good catch. And a run after is good. He got about 7 yards past. That's Ivan Garza. And a first down by the Indians.
That was about 17 yards on that pass and catch.
That's a beautiful play there, and that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. And we're through 1 here in – wait, are they going to – well, they stopped the ball to move the chains. They hadn't started it back up yet. I was like, what the heck are they doing? So that's going to be the last play. And we're going to take a short break while they're going to flip sides of the field. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN here in Carlisle. We'll be right back.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
Back here for some good old football in Carlisle, Texas, or Price, whichever one you want to call it.
That's right. Yeah, my dad and I were driving over here, and we were having this guy. He was like, "No, wait, is it Carlisle? Is it Price?" I was like, "Yes,
yes, yes." That is the answer.
Yeah, so you get, you look up Dave Campbell's, and it says Price Carlisle Indians, right? And so, but again, the Indians have done a good job so far showing out. Ball on the 23 here, 1st and 10. And now they're going to the part of the field where I can't see as well.
Right. So, and I can, so that's good.
Yeah. So
you have that one, and I have this one.
That's right.
1st down and 10. Ibarra in the backfield. Hernandez in motion to the left-hand side. Ibarra's going to follow and just didn't get the blockers that he wanted. And a great job by Kagan Ash to blow up that blocking attack by the Indians. That was phenomenal and exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah, so 2-yard loss there. Good pursuit, good hold up. I mean, again, they went with a little bit of a lead, right? They had the motion, and then the second back was a lead back, and they didn't get anything out of it.
So 2nd down and 12 after a 2-yard loss. Ibarra in the backfield, and he hands off to Garza. Garza tries to hit to the right-hand side, and man, they're trying to hit their holes, but they're not keying on anything. They're not finding open holes. They're just keying on where they're supposed to go.
And I think
they're following X and O's.
Sure, but I think again, to the credit of Mount Enterprise, they're disciplined, right? Those edge guys are staying wide with their shoulder upfield.
Yeah.
So it does make it hard to bounce because they've got a pursuit angle, right? So they're kind of forcing you to make a choice. Do you take the 2 yards? You're going to try to bounce and maybe get 10, but you might also lose 5. And so, good defensive strategy. There by Ash and by number 15, Tanner Wilburn.
Ibarra, 2-step drop, looks to the left, tucks it, tries to go forward. He gets out to the outside. He's down to the right-hand side and goes to the yard marker, gets a couple of yards past, and a 1st down for the Indians. From what it looks like, hold on, let's see. Yep, they're going to move it down. They kind of marked it a little bit further back than I thought they were going to, but they do give a 1st down for the Indians. And Dill wants to know, I'm curious on what team you're going for. We don't go for either team. We go for both.
That's right.
We are here as neutral territory, and we're not sponsored or we're not put on by any team. We are here for both. There's a snap up the middle. Good fake and good throw. Sorry about that. Garza with the catch. And a good job by Ibarra. He fakes that handoff to Hernandez and then pulls it right at the last minute and makes that fire of a throw.
And a 1st and goal because they got the ball to the 3-yard line, so a good 10-yard run, 10-yard pass play there.
So 1st and goal from around the 3-yard line. Handoff Hernandez. Just pounds it up the middle. He's still on his feet and taken down and kind of pulled down by number 57, Lucas Burkhart.
Yeah, I don't think he got anything there. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
And got pulled sideways by Burkhart. Good job by holding on and just pulling him down. So it'll be 2nd down and goal in the same spot at the 3-yard line. Ibarra in the backfield. Hernandez to his left. Garza wide to the left. Ibarra keeps it, runs up the middle, finds a hole, and touchdown.
What a great run there. Again, way to follow your lead blockers. And, 6 more points for the Carlisle Indians. So 9-0, looking to make it 10.
And they've been running that play all night. He followed, like you said, he followed his blocker right up in there, and it was well blocked. But when you only got 3 yards to go, that's a short yardage run. That's, not much you can do. Drawn up. I mean, that's how it's drawn up, and it was well defended. But really, you're kind of at a loss on that.
I think if you're Coach Baker, right, like this is what you dreamed the start was going to look like almost, right? Like, and that one
goes. I think that might have been tipped.
Yeah, I think he definitely slipped his plant leg
And so right now, we got 9 minutes, 32 seconds left in the first half. The Indians lead 9-0. You're watching NETSN. We'll be right back from Carlisle. Don't go anywhere. You're missing a great game.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make. And at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
We would like to thank Christine Vasquez, CPA, PLLC, the official accountant of NETSN.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And we are back here. And a good game so far, 9-0 as Carlisle leads. 9:32 left in the first half. And,
Chewy Enriquez is about to kick off again. What a great name.
It really is.
I mean, it's a super,
But I'm not going to lie, now I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah. But I love. I mean, Chewy Enriquez. I mean, again, I love it. He's kind of a lineman build guy as a kicker, which is awesome too.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, I do too. One of these times they're actually going to do it, right?
Yeah.
They're going to lull him to sleep with it, and then they're going to that middle guy's going to take 2 steps back, and then they're going to bop it.
And the Pooch Kid, that's going to go into this.
Oh, I think that almost got
hit
our
our
camera
cameras.
guys. Yeah.
All right, Chewy. I was just kidding about the name, man. I wasn't making fun of you or anything. I'm just saying it's a nice name.
Yeah. So that ball was not anywhere near where it needed to be. Man, what a break for Mount Enterprise, right? I mean.
So they're going to get the ball pretty good position. I think they're going to spot him right at midfield.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
not bad.
Yeah. If you're Mount Enterprise, you're like, I mean, other than a big return, that's about as good as it can get on a kickoff.
Yeah. So the Wildcats are going to get the ball in Indian territory. First down and 10 from the Carlisle 45-yard line. Bennett's going to step in and get this thing going. He's going to want to get something. Wait, and we got a referee timeout. And looks like he's going to have a conversation with the coach. And I wonder what this is about. Any speculation?
I'm wondering if he's getting some clarification on it. So I think the kick went out at the 50, and then it's a 5-yard penalty, right, which puts it at the 45 here. And I think that's what Coach is probably getting some clarification on. And are you sure it went out at the 50? Did you really see?
Yeah.
Right, because he doesn't want to give up any more yards than he has to.
Right.
So I think that's what he's checking on. And it's a tough call, right? I mean, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Especially when it goes out of bounds that fast, and you've got a 3-man crew here. Or 4-man crew, right? So you don't have the 6-7 guys, or you might have on a 6A field maybe, and so you're doing your best to get there, and so.
Well, you don't want to give up too much. So I think he's got it. And I think he actually was counting the players on the other team, or players on the offensive side. Anyway, here we go. Snap is up. Bennett kind of shuffled to his left-hand side. Catch after the throw. Great job. He spins out. And he's still on his feet. That's Alsop. And a first down for the Wildcats. Great catch and run by Alsip. And it's a hurry-up offense as the Wildcats beat the Chains up to the line of scrimmage.
And then they have to wait.
Bennett with the handoff up. Kagan Ash up the middle, gain of around 5, maybe 6, depending on where they're going to spot him. And once again, the Wildcats back hurry up to the line, trying to get things going. 9:01 left in the first half. Bennett with the snap. Kagan Ash up the middle. He's hit in the backfield, gains maybe a yard. I think they might give him that yard. He leans forward and drives, keeps those legs moving pretty well. And they're going to do that. It's going to be 3rd down and around 4. And once again, back. Hurry up offense. Bennett in the backfield. Kagan Ash to his left. A little bit of maneuvering there. And Kagan Ash again on the carry. Nowhere to go, and they're trying to strip it, and they accidentally take his helmet off on that.
Yeah, not what you're trying to pull off.
No, and that was pure accident. He was going after the helmet. I mean, after the ball, not the helmet. And they ripped that helmet off of him on accident.
But great pursuit there by the Carlisle defense. There were 4 guys there making the tackle, and again, get the ball back a little bit. And
see, now you got Otwell in the backfield. And Bennett to the outside. Good pitch and catch. And that's going to be enough for a first down. And I believe that was Coy Freeman on the catch for the Wildcats. It sure was. So a hurry up, and I believe Ash is going to be back onto the field now for Mount Enterprise. Clock still running. 7:47 left in the first half. Mount Enterprise looking to get their first points on the board. And there it is. Kagan Ash to the right-hand side. Makes some shutter moves, runs over and down the sidelines.
Into the end zone.
But there is a flag on the play, and it might be coming back. I don't know why.
It might be one of those block backs, where the receiver comes and kind of cracks back. So we're going to see what the call is here. But number 10 of Carlisle, Jaden Nardoza, he got popped.
And Coach Baker is not a happy camper right now.
Because he was coming on pursuit, and it looked like the receiver came back behind the
crack
play.
Back, yeah.
Which is now an illegal play if that's what they consider it to be. It depends on what they're going to make the call here. But
back when I played, it was called a good block.
Yeah, now it's now they're still going to say holding. Okay.
So a good run turned into a pulling back. It was a touchdown by okay.
So they're going to call a hold and then back him up 10. So we got 1st and 20 from the 28-yard line.
So 7:27 left in the half.
Yeah, so tough play there, right? You get a big run, you score, and because of a hold.
Yeah.
So I guess it didn't – maybe he was just down because he got held so bad. I thought he got cracked. It came so quick, but holding call there.
And I think we're going to have a timeout called, and we are. Timeout by Carlisle. And so they're going to take a break. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN. And the Wildcats back on the field. Carlisle ready on the defensive side. And here we go. 7:27 left in the first half. First and a long way to go for the Wildcats, but they can do it. They have the ability.
Yeah, so you got 2 split right, 1 left. You got an H back there and number 15, Tanner Wilburn. And so see what they get here.
Bennett runs to the outside, little option look there, and he's going to pitch it back to Kagan Ash. Ash, he's going to take on a runner and get back to the original line of scrimmage, I believe, maybe a yard shy. But not a bad play. You don't see that sprint option much anymore in the high school ranks, at least. I don't. But a good play. and a good run.
So it looks like you got 9 of that back. So 2nd and 11. The 20.
Bennett low, hands off to Ash. Ash breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, gets down, gain of about 8 on the play. And he's going to be right at the line to gain and makes a 1st and 20 into a 3rd and 1. And a good job by Mount Enterprise. So now it's going to be 3rd and 1 at about the 11-yard line. Bennett in the backfield. Ash to his left. Handoff up the middle, and Ash is going to just
stoned.
Got clobbered right at the line of scrimmage, and I don't believe he went anywhere.
Yeah, great play there by Elvis Hernandez to get penetration. Along with, looked like number 50, Brian Garza was in the backfield as well. And so, yeah, no yardage there on that run. Great play by the Carlisle defense. They've been pretty solid, you know.
And
a couple of plays here and there, but they've been stout when they need to be.
And we have Jonathan Bradley on. He says Carlisle class of 2015. Let's go Indians. Glad everybody's watching. Hey, and if you don't anybody that might be interested in watching the game, go ahead and give them a call and let them know this game is going on because we got a lot of game left. 6:29 left in the half, and we got a whole another half to play after this. So a great game here in Carlisle, and so a lot of good action. Let everybody know, hey, they're not here at the game. They still got a way to watch it.
Yeah, you know, it was cool. We came back from break and got serenaded by the bands, right? I mean,
yeah.
That's another great aspect of high school football is you get the bands, right? You get the cheer. I mean, it's more than just the players on the field, right? It's the community. It's the coaches. There's so much that goes into a Friday Night Lights production, and you're seeing a great example of that here tonight.
And I missed that last night with the rain and stuff. The bands left,
and
so it was just kind of quiet on the field.
I imagine it's hard to play a tuba if it's full of water, right? Like, that's going to be a tough one. It's hard enough to play a tuba anyway, but
right.
You fill it full of water, it's you might get somebody in the next row forward mad at you a little bit.
Right. 4th down, 1 to go, 6:29 left in the half, and you got Ash in the backfield by himself. He's going to take that snap. Little Wildcat formation, gets the first down and a little bit more,
free
and into the end zone, touchdown, Wildcats.
Yeah, what a great run. He broke a couple tackles there, and he kept his feet moving. Again, he kept churning and turns it into a score.
And that was a beautiful that was a little off-center Wildcat formation, but nonetheless, it gets it done.
Yeah, they snuck the quarterback there behind the guard, right, and kind of a little dummy lineup there. And I was a little bit worried when the snap was low, right? It was a low snap, but Ash did a great job there of picking it up and getting the yardage and gets the score. And so we're at 9-6 all of a sudden.
And some lights went out on the field.
Somebody hit the switch on accident.
Yep. Somebody did some leaning up against something. And, again, Coach Baker is not a happy camper.
Yeah, so we got a delay of game. Snap didn't get off in time.
And I wonder if they're going to clear the field. And are these the old gas ones, or are we going to have to wait for
the little? Well, that one was the last one to come on earlier across the field from us to our right, and so I wonder if they're just having some issues keeping it going. But it looks like they're going to get a stoppage here and try to get that worked out. Yeah,
all right.
And what do you do, right? I mean, with those old sodium lamps, it's a tough.
Whew.
They're finicky.
I know. We grew up with them. We know how they are.
Yeah, those new ones are pretty nice. They're pretty expensive, but they have their own sets of issues. But they're on quick and off quick and all that good stuff. But here we go. It looks like both teams are going to come back out. So maybe just a quick timeout or a quick check there, and looks like we might get a ruling from the official here. He's coming out this way.
Luckily, it's still bright enough on the field. Yeah, referee's just telling Carlisle to get back out here. Let's go.
Let's go. We've got an extra point to kick.
Yep. So here we go. The point after. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 on this. And there's Ash. He's going to be hit in the backfield, and he slips and is down. And a good job. That's going to be number 7. Juan Diaz gets back there for the stop. And so now with 6 minutes, 9 seconds left in the first half. Carlisle leads 9-6 here in the second quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN. Don't go anywhere.
We would like to thank Christine Vasquez, CPA, PLLC, the official accountant of NETSN.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And we are back.
You know, the feed looks great. You can hardly tell that set of light, that stand of lights isn't on. It's a little bit darker. If you're looking at the screen off to your right there, the direction that we'll be kicking to, we got one set of lights that hasn't come back on yet. We're hoping for success. It's not quite dark yet, so.
And that's going to be a little bit of a onside kick, but a bad bounce. And that's going to be a little bounce backwards. It's a good golf shot. It's a bad kickoff.
Yeah. So that doesn't go the obligatory 10 yards.
So that's going to be good field position for the Indians. And they'll have it in Wildcat territory at the 48-yard line. So let me see. I think we got some scores to update here and around the East Texas area. Trying to see what we got. Center is done with their first quarter. 7-0 over Jacksonville right now. And we're going to try to bring you some more as it goes. Ibarra is in the backfield. There's the snap. Handoff, throw. No, he faked the handoff and threw it out to the outside. Ryder McCamey, I believe, was the intended receiver. We're going to keep our eye on some things. Chapel Hill leading Jasper right now in the first quarter, 7-0. And we were an early game, so
yeah,
a lot of games are starting within the last 15 minutes.
That's right. 7 o'clock kickoff here. A lot of the others are 7:30. So.
Right. Handoff up the middle, and it's a good run. That's Preston Armstrong on the carry, and he gets close to the first down. He's about a yard from the line to gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, good run there by him, and again, a good job by those guys up front to create a little space, and he took advantage of it.
So 3rd down 1, Ibarra looking for a play. 5:35 left in the first half. And Ibarra is going to hold it, and maybe they're not going to give him much of a mark. I thought he gained a yard. They're going to give him about a half a yard.
Yeah, he didn't get much there.
Are they going to give him the first? I don't. What's he doing over there? Yeah. Well, I can't tell. These referees are.
Yeah, they're not quite. I think they're going to measure again.
Yeah, they're going to have a measure. Good Lord.
Yeah, it was. Well, I was like the original spot. You know, one of them was on the 39, and it looked like no gain, and then the second one moved up a little bit, and so again we're eyeballing it like you are, and this will be a little bit closer for us to see here, and so they'll get the mark down here, and then we'll stretch it out and see what we get.
So we're going to work that out. It's going to be a first down for the Indians. Let's see if we got any more scores going on. Like I said, we are an early game. Other games started a little bit later. So, but as they come throughout the night, we will give you some scores as we move along. It'll be first down and 10. Ibarra back, throw. And he's got a receiver, and it
What
is
a
caught.
catch!
Beautiful catch. Trying to see who that is. I believe that's Mejia. Is it? Number 14. Yeah, Joseph Mejia.
What a catch by Mejia.
Beautiful layout catch. Wow. And they're rushing up. It's going to be first and goal from around the 6-yard line. 4:53 left. And Ibarra on the carry up the middle, and he drives it down close to the end zone. Gets to about the 2-yard line. It'll be second down and goal from the 2. 4:38 and counting as the clock is rolling down. And the Indians knocking on the door. Hernandez with the carry up the middle, and he's in. And touchdown,
Nice.
Carlisle.
Yeah, great run there by Hernandez. A great job of the hog mollies up front.
Oh, yeah.
Opening up some room. And again, we have a quick score here.
But Joseph Mejia just opened it up with that beautiful, I mean, it's a great throw, but beautiful just layout catch.
Full layout. Yeah, that's one of those that should probably show up on our next commercial.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we're going to tell Brett to do that because that was just beautifully done.
It was a gorgeous play. I thought it was overthrown, and he said not so fast.
He said not in my house.
So fast.
So Chewy setting up for the point after attempt.
Yeah, the last one from this end was a little iffy, so let's see if we can fix it.
And it's got the distance, and it's in. So the point after attempt is good. With 4:25 left in the first half, 16-6 is your score. Carlisle with the lead. Don't go away. We'll be right back from Carlisle on NETSN.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
Sixteen to 6 is your score. Carlisle with the lead. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first half. And Carlisle with a good drive in this last drive, scoring drive for him. Mount Enterprise with little under 4.5 minutes left to get some more points on the board. They have the ability.
Yeah, we were talking to the break, that light set hadn't come on yet, and I had to break out the glasses and the binoculars because it's dark over there and it's hard to see.
And a good kick, but again, he kicked it into the stands. I don't know if he's trying to hit our people or not.
That one was, that was a couple of fans in the crowd were wondering if that was like, do you get to keep it? Like, how does this work?
Yeah, what's going on?
So they're going to mark where it went out of bounds. It's going to be a flag, and they're going to take 5 unless they make them re-kick. So that put the ball about the 44-yard line. Guess depending on where we count it. So they're going to mark it at the 38 and then +5.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out where to mark it. Having discussions across the field. Of course, I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, again, what are the odds that you kick 2 kickoffs out of bounds, right?
Right. Once again, if you're watching, go ahead and chat with us. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're rooting for. Ben in the back. Going to hand off to Kagan Ash. Kagan Ash has a wide open field and just gets tripped up. That's going to be Brandon Hernandez with a touchdown saving because Ash had nothing but green grass in front of him.
Yeah, he was seeing daylight and was excited, and all of a sudden the floor came out for him.
Shoestring tackle. And again, Ash up the middle, not as big of a hole as the last time. On the ground is the ball. And it's a recovery. Another fumble by the Wildcats and another fumble recovery by the Indians. So a turnover once again. That's turnover number 3 by the Wildcats.
Yeah, and a great recovery there by number 11, number 11, Xander Castleberry. Great job of picking that ball up off the turf. And again, not what you want, right? I mean, if you're Mount Enterprise, you feel like nothing's gone your way, right?
Yeah.
You've hurt yourself some, right? You've gotten a break or two, and then you couldn't take advantage of it, and so you give the ball up here in plus territory.
It's like every time you get that momentum, it's like somebody, you're on a seesaw and you're up, and then somebody just jumps off the other side and you flop back down to the ground. It just kills you. And I hate that. I hate that for them because they're trying really hard. 1st and 10 from around the 49-yard line of the Wildcats. Ibarra just is going to run up the middle. He takes it. Is behind a blocker. Good cut up the middle. Got a flag on the play.
I think we're going to get a face mask. I think he had a lot more room, and all of a sudden his head kind of pulled back, and so I'm going to go with face mask there. Again, a great run by Ibarra. Great job of following and reading his blockers, right? We always teach backs to cut behind the backside of the blocker, and so follow his butt, and he did a good job of that, and again, drew a face mask. So another 15 on top of that. It's going to put the ball down at the 30-yard line.
And unfortunately, in this type of situation, you and I have probably seen it more times than not, the frustration is going to mount, especially with the amount of turnovers that happen. And when the frustration mounts, more mistakes are going to happen. And silly mistakes like this, where you get the face mask, where you get the holdings, where you get the frustration of shoving, and the personal fouls are going to come out. Mount Enterprise can't do it. It's a lot of game left, and you're not behind that far, and so it's not insurmountable. Ibarra on the carry, follows his blocker. Good job. He cuts to the outside, gets past the 20, down to about the sorry about that, about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, great run there. Yeah, again a great job of reading the block. A great pull there. I believe that was 55. And so another first down there. I believe that was number 55, Giovanni Garza.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, good pull there.
Ibarra on the carry, and he doesn't go anywhere. That one, you got a big nasty up front. That was number 53.
Yeah.
Who's that? Ryan McKelvey.
Yeah, great play there by him. Great penetration, and that went nowhere.
And his there's the lights coming back on. His helmet came off, so he's got to go out for one series. So we're waiting on the call from the coaches, and Ibarra gets the call, goes out. Empty backfield. Spread offense. Ibarra, one-step drop, takes a fade to the outside, and off the hands.
Just off the fingertips
and
there.
I believe that was Garza.
Actually, I think that was number 3. I think that was Grigsby.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, I believe that was number 3 to go. No, you're right. It was Garza. I apologize. It was Garza.
Will you tell my wife you said that? Because she doesn't ever say that to me.
It's your one. I'll give you one.
All right, thanks.
Great call by you, bad call by me.
Right. That's going to be a timeout by Carlisle. And we've got halftime coming up. And so hopefully we'll try to show a little bit of halftime. We got Eric Hernandez. He had something on there. Now it's gone. I was going to say something, but he's watching. And so, Eric, thank you for watching.
Yeah, and again, it's an exciting night. I mean, we've got a lot of people tune in. Again, the reason that you and I do this and our team does this is because we love to support high school athletics.
Oh, yeah.
And we love to get the opportunity for those that can't come to a game, right? They can tune in and watch their favorite team. And, you can choose to listen to us. We might say something pretty smart, or you can choose to just watch. But we're appreciative of either way. And, again, this happens because of great sponsors. We get to provide this free. Our app is free. The YouTube channel is free. And that's because of some of the businesses that you'll see cycling on the screen there. They're sponsors of ours, and they're proud to do so. And so if you and your business would love to also join them, we're looking for sponsors always to help keep providing what we do. So send us an email at sales@netsn.live and let us know you're interested, and we'd love to give you some details.
Ibarra back, gets hit by Ash, and Ash gets him again, and the ball goes to the ground as he does go down and get it. Kagan Ash just being...
He is wrecking shop on the defensive end. Yeah, he's doing a great job of pursuit from the backside, and it seems like he's timed it well. Like he knows when to jump in on the blitz, right? And
yeah, he gets that outside pursuit off that outside and just does a great job of getting on that quarterback.
I imagine the halftime adjustment is how do we keep him, right? Do we need to put a tight end? Do we need to? Looks like we got a timeout here by Carlisle. So
and that's going to be their final timeout.
Yeah, you got 4th and a long way, right? You got to get, 22 yards, it looks like, to get a first down, so that's a long way. And, again, you want to be careful of the ball here.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to do something foolish with it and give Mount Enterprise hope. So even if you can't get all 22, you don't want to throw a ball up for grabs that might get picked and brought back. So.
And they're going to have to move the clock back to 2 minutes, looks like.
Oh, yes, our 2-minute not really timeout or not really warning, but a 2-minute stoppage. I'm not sure the exact verbiage. It's different at every level, but this is new to high school football. And so we got a 2-minute stoppage here, and then we're going to figure out what Carlisle's going to do coming out of this.
Oh, I forget they had that 2-minute warning, whatever.
Yeah.
I said last night, I didn't know this was a thing this year, but I told Conrad last night at Glendale, I said, if they're going to do that, they need to bring the shot clock to high school basketball.
Yeah, that proposal seems to come up every year, and it hasn't quite gotten enough steam. But I think there's still those coaches that want to run that 5-2 game, But no, I think it's needed for sure.
They're not Dean Smith. We don't need to run the stall game for 3 hours and have a 10-5 game.
Looks like the receiver took a step early on the outside there, and so it's going to cost them 5 more.
And Herbert J. and Eric Hernandez. Herbert, you are correct. This game is far from over. And a lot of game left. Mount Enterprise is not used to the spread. That's possible. And, yes, Eric Hernandez, this is a heck of a game. And I'm loving it. It's a great game. A lot of action. And, like I said, if you know somebody who should be watching this game, give them a call. Ibarra to the outside with the catch. And that's rolling. And the ball's on the ground, but he fumbles it forward. If you're going to fumble it out of bounds, fumble it forward out of bounds.
Then again, it's 4th down, so fumble on 4th down. Right?
Well, yeah,
you get it
true.
At the spot of the fumble. But either way, it was 4th down, so we're going to have a turnover on downs, and Mount Enterprise is going to take over here. And again, you're right. I hope we didn't come across saying we thought it was anywhere near over.
No, not at all.
There's a long time to go, and Mount Enterprise is a very good team. I mean, they were a regional semifinalist last year, 9-4. Right? We fully believe that both teams have a lot of time to go, and again, we've just been impressed so far with Carlisle's start. Right? They've started well. A little bit herky jerky for both teams of possession.
And I said earlier, Mount Enterprise they need to get their head up because you don't want to get in that position where the frustration sets in because you still got a whole half of a game left.
And I think the fight too is you can't get it all back in one play.
Oh
right?
no!
And so you got to just keep running what you do. Don't change your game plan. Keep doing what you do.
Bennett with the drop back throw. And that's
going to help.
Alsop goes and a good run.
Got about 18 there on that. Tackle there by number 15 for Carlisle. That's Aiden Martin. Saved a touchdown there.
And hurry up offense trying to get back. 1:37 left in the first half. Bennett back throw. And a good catch. And trying to gain some yardage. I believe that's Coy Freeman on the outside with the catch. And, Freeman. Another first down. 2 plays, 2 first downs by the Wildcats.
Yeah, good tackle there by Joseph Mejia. Again, they're giving a little bit, trying not to break, but that's 2 quick plays, 20, 30 yards in 2 plays. So, again, they're not anywhere near out of this.
Nope, and that's Ash up the middle over a little bit of sorry, I can't think. The defense came a little bit too far up, left a hole.
Gave a little crease there, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Castleberry with a tackle.
Bennett back, throw to the outside, off the hands of Alsop, and you don't normally see that. We haven't seen that in this game.
Yeah, it looked like maybe the linebacker there, Garza, might have got a hand on that one because Alsop had it dead to rights, and it kind of just either he lost it on the hand the wave there or something, but, it was close. What do we got?
I don't know. I know Indians don't have.
They must have to sub a player off or something, it looks like. Because they
Huh.
So they bring in number 61, Brandon Hernandez, who's a linebacker.
I am confused, but okay.
Yeah, it looks like they brought Ryder McCamey off the field there.
Hand off to Kagan Ash. He's up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet, and pushes through. He's still on there and down at about the 20-yard line. Actually, he's going to be at the 23.
What a good run there again by him. Great lead block there by Wilburn.
39 seconds, first down and 10. Bennett in the backfield. Ash to his left. He keeps it up the middle is Bennett. He's on his feet, pushing down to around the 11-yard line. I think they're going to mark him at the 10, and a timeout, I believe, is going to be called by the Wildcats. They have 2 left.
Yeah, great. Again, right? I think this is what they probably should do from here on out, right? This hurry up, speed up has kind of got Carlisle on their heels here. And a great job, again, by Mount Enterprise mixing up the run and the pass. And being quick with it, right? It's hard to play against a no-huddle team. You can't sub in D linemen the way you want to, right? It keeps you from getting your rotational guys in and out. And then if you do get a rotational guy in, you can't get him back off the field, right? And so I think it's an effective strategy here. And both teams are going to look to regroup here and settle in, but great series.
And they have a good good method going here of utilizing different players. They're not going to Ash every time.
Right.
They're going to go to Ash, then they're going to go to Alsop, or they're going to go to Freeman, and then Bennett's going to keep it. And so you're keeping the defense a little bit back on their heels, and they're not being able to pursue as much as they had keying on just Ash that they did in the first quarter, in the first part of mainly almost all the first half.
Yeah, and really they took advantage of some soft coverage, right? Some prevent coverage, keep the deep ball out, and so they were able to get a chunky yards on 2 straight plays, and that allowed them to get into this rhythm.
It's going to be first down and a handoff. Ash up the middle, tries to push through, but almost a lot of Indians in his way.
Yeah.
And the clock still runs.
Right. Great job by them. Again, Mount Enterprise right back on the ball.
7 seconds, and they're going to clock it at 5 seconds. So what do you think? One play to the end zone and then try to kick it?
I don't even know if you have that much time. I think they might just be taking a shot here. I don't know if you can get one that quick. I mean, I guess it depends a little bit on the clock operator, but
yeah,
that's a tough 5.
That is
if
tough.
you had 9 seconds, I think you could probably run 2, but 5 is a tight window. But they're going to try, see what they can do.
Third down, probably the last play of the game or of the half, and
touchdown!
A slant. That's Freeman. Touchdown. Wildcats. No laundry that I can see. And a good little slant puts it in.
They did a great job there. They isolated the corner on that side. He had no safety help because of the way they were lined up on the offensive end. And so then as soon as he got inside leverage, it was over. Great play there.
Beautiful execution. Bennett's going to keep it and
get nothing.
Got nothing. So that's the end of the first half. Your score here in Carlisle is the Indians 16. Mount Enterprise knocking on the door at 12. We're going to be right back for a little halftime in just a minute.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
And we are back here at Carlisle, and we're going to be doing a little bit of halftime show, and we're going to just let you watch the bands go. So we'll come back a little bit closer to when the teams come out, And we'll see you then. While we're away, go ahead and call your friends. Tell them they need to come watch this game. It's an awesome one. But, yeah, we'll be back in a little bit. Enjoy the halftime show here on NETSN. Well, that is not a part of the halftime show. That is a power outage from a transformer that has blown. It's been sparking, and it just blew, and all of the lights are out in the city, as Journey would say. And so now it's a wait-and-see time here at Carlisle, whether they're going to play the rest of the game or not.
Yeah, and man, the band was playing. They were doing a great job. We had some twirl. I'm hoping the twirlers didn't have a baton in the air when the lights went out, right? That can get dangerous. But again, we were looking over the concession stand here at halftime and saw a few sparks. And all of a sudden, all the lights in the stadium went out, which is really cool. What I'm watching here now, I don't know if you can see it on your end, but across on both sides here, parents are holding out phones.
Yeah.
They got their flashlights on, and that's really cool, right? I mean, you've got the Mount Enterprise band out, and yet all the fans in Carlisle are getting their phones out and cheering for them. And what an impressive thing to keep playing, right? That's tough. What a crazy, crazy situation. So, again, if you're tuning in, I promise it's not your TV.
Nope.
It's not your phone. Thankfully, it's not our equipment. but it
Yeah.
is.
Normally it
stadium-
is.
Yeah. This time it's the stadium's equipment, and so we're hopeful that we can figure out the source of this, and that we don't have to end this game that was getting really, really good again.
Yeah.
In this point, because that'd be a terrible way to have to call the night. So we're going to be hopeful that we can come back to you with some lights on. They're not going to let us play football with flashlights on phones, right? And so again, hopefully we can get back to normal here. And I know there's a bunch of guys and people on the line trying to figure out how to get us to that point.
Yeah, this is this is the first I've ever seen. I've never, yeah.
That's crazy. But again, props to these kids from Mount Enterprise for keeping the show going, right? Like, it'd be so easy to be like, well, no power, we're going to walk off. But they've kept it up, and they're going to get their performance in, and what a great time. Well, Keith, I think maybe we just let them get back to it, right?
If you can see it, our camera guys are going to try to do it as best we can. So, hey, we're going to let you listen. At least it sounds good. Hey, you kind of see it. It's kind of cool.
It does.
But we're going to do the best we can, guys, and we'll just keep you posted on what happens.
is proud to present the 5-time consecutive Class 2A military state marching champion, the Carlisle Indian Band. In the dark, the Indian Band is under the leadership of drum majors Senior of Brill Science and Junior Adeline Garcia. We would now like to introduce our 2025-2026 twirl and flag lines. Our flag line, Senior Maria Villanueva, Senior Sarah E. Garza, Senior Marily Sanchez, Junior Jalen Yanez, Junior Jessica Hernandez, and Sophomore Samantha Cardenas. Our twirling line, Senior Addison Smith, Junior Adeline Garcia, Freshman Ureli Gallegos, and Freshman Amar Villegas. Tonight, they will perform to the hit 25 or 6-4. Our twirler of the week is Adeline Garcia, and our flag member of the week is Maria Villanueva. The twirling and flag lines are under the direction of Miss Lainey Herring. We do apologize for the inconvenience of the lights being out, but we have contacted the power company and we're waiting on an ETA from them. We will keep you updated. But as of right now, the show will continue. So if you don't mind shining a light on the field so the band can perform. Thank you. portion of their UIL contest drill, including Bellator Fanfare by Hawthorne and Kinesi by Kuchik. We would also like to recognize this week's band members of the week, Aiden Escobedo and Brantley Darrow. The Carlisle Band is under the direction of Chris Clinton. Assistant directors are Gabrielle Gidry and Isaac Ferguson. Superintendent of Carlisle ISD is Mr. Josh Johnson. High school principal Norman Carter. Junior high principal Paul Richards. We would like to thank you for your support and attention to tonight's halftime performance. We also have an update on the lights. Swifco is en route, so they should be here soon, and hopefully we'll be back up and running. So, also great job to the Mount Enterprise Band for rolling with the punches, and fantastic job tonight. Thank you.
Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
And we are back here. We are still under a power outage delay. Obviously, you can see that by your screen. We are still waiting. We were told that the electric company is on the way. We don't know from where. We think Henderson, they said, but we don't know how long it's going to be. We don't know what the determination of what is going to happen when they get here. But we are holding on hope that we'll be able to get this game going. So we're just going to sit tight, and hope that we get this game going. So for right now, the halftime show is over, and we're just going to sit tight and see what happens. So thank you for sticking with us. Stick with us for longer, and we'll get some football news a little later on. I'll update you when we have an update here. Thanks for sticking around.
We have an update for everyone here still tonight. SWEPCO is on their way. ETA is unknown at this time. But please, for the safety of everybody, do not go into the football field. As soon as we know more, we will let y'all know more, guys. Thank y'all for your patience. Good news, folks. SWEPCO is now on site.
Longview 21, Lufkin 14. Marshall and Tyler Hyde tied at 21 at the half. Center 21, Jacksonville 0. Spring Hill 25, Sabine 0. In the second quarter, Gilmer 19, Pine Tree 10. At half, Henderson 21, Athens 27. And at half, Kilgore Bulldogs are beating the Carthage Bulldogs 7-0. At the half, Troop 28, Shelbyville 14. Art 35, Halton 0. At the half, Malakoff 7, West Rusk Raiders 14. 2A scores, Comasville 0, Cushing 8. Timpson 34, West Sabine 0. Elysian Fields 34, Tenaha 0. At the half, Hawkins 33, Maud 28. Overton over Albemarle 32-0. At the half, Cayuga 20, Grapeland 18. Frankston 33, Waukegan 14.
Well, the lights are back on, and, well, some of them on. I believe there's 2 sets on. The other 2 are coming back on, so it looks like we're going to play some football here in a little bit. So that's a good idea. Of course, these are the old gas lights, so they're going to take probably about 15 to 20 minutes to come back on. The team should be coming out shortly to start warming up, and then we should be playing the second half of football here within probably about 15 to 20 minutes. So good news here from Carlisle. We are going to finish this game tonight. And luckily, it may be, before midnight. So that's good news. Anyway, thanks for sticking with us. And go ahead and call some friends. Tell them, hey, the game's going to be back on. And we'll be back shortly. We're going to pay some bills real quick and be back with you. Thanks for sticking around. We'll be right back.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
East Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
And we are back. Halftime is almost over. It's about an hour-long halftime.
Man, that's like a full time. Forget
That's
calling
right.
it halftime.
Players are heading back onto the field. Going to do a little bit of warm-up. We're going to give some scores from around the area. Right now, Chapel Hill up 35-0 at their halftime. White House up at halftime over Dallas Wilson 40-0. That was the score that I have. And Grace Community over Queen City at halftime, 16-13. Excuse me. Malakoff at halftime. They are losing to West Rusk, 14-7. Halftime over in Alba Golden, 32-0. Overton over Alba Golden right now. Henderson and Athens really, really close there. Halftime, 28-27. Oh, wow. Henderson with that lead there. In Henderson there, in Athens. And you got some scores where you are?
Yeah, I got a little Brook Hill 25, Redwater 8. I think our app accidentally has 80, but it's 20, which would be a crazy score. But yeah, 25-8 there. Again, I think you said the Woodrow Wilson one. I think, did you say Troop and Shelbyville? Did you get that one?
I did not get that one.
Okay, that's 42-6. So
Okay.
Troop is up on that one, 42-6.
I gotcha.
And our game, of course, is a great one. We got that one going tonight. And then I was trying to find.
And if you have scores and you're watching here, but you have scores for other games, go ahead and put them in the chat, and we will pass them along to everybody, and that way we can make sure people know.
It looks like I think Center, 21-0 Jacksonville. I don't know if you hit that one. I was trying to look some up while you're doing that, but yeah, some great scores. The last score I saw, and it's not been updated, I need to check back, but I believe Kilgore was up early 7-0 over Carthage.
Yeah, I did see that. That came up right as I was handing it over to you.
Yeah, so that's a great matchup too. I mean, you've got two teams that did okay last year, right?
They did.
I guess if you state championships, okay.
If you think that's fine.
Yeah. So a great matchup again last year. Kilgore got the win on that one in a tight game, and Carthage is going to look for revenge, but Kilgore's got the early lead, and we'll hopefully get an update on that score and see where we can go from there.
Well, and especially last year, since that was one of the first losses Carthage has had in I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
And that's.
Yeah, Coach Surratt's going for that big toe ring this year. He's got all his fingers covered, so he's got to get that big toe blinged out. But two great programs, right? And just an interesting thing. Both wear red. Both of the Bulldogs, right? Such history with both squads, and so. Yeah, great week one matchup. Like that's kind of what you'd think about if they weren't in different divisions. Yeah. Right? That's what you think of as an end of the year matchup. So
we got some other scores. Marshall Tyler High in the third quarter, 21-28. Tyler High with the lead there. And Mount Pleasant trailing Crandall 17-13 in the second. That's the score for that one. And then of course I think did you say Center Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Coach Stevenson. He's coming into Jacksonville, and he's going to get that program turned around. And it's going to take a minute. And again, that Center team it's a good team.
Pittsburgh Liberty Ilu. Pittsburgh's leading 26-14 over Liberty Ilu in the fourth quarter. Spring Hill up 25-6 over Sabine. Brownsboro and Quinlan Ford tied in the third quarter at 21.
There you go.
And Crum leading Wills Point 35-6. At halftime. Sulphur Springs 41, Mesquite Poteet 6. That's in the fourth quarter. And then Rusk and Kaufman. Rusk is losing 6-0 at Kaufman at halftime. And Dallas Carter is losing to Van at halftime 28-21.
Okay.
And so that's actually
those Vandals are coming to play.
They really are. Bullard leading Maybank 14-12. That's at halftime. Canton over Nevada Community at third quarter, 28-7. Gilmer, 19. Pine Tree, 10 at halftime.
Okay, that's a good. Yeah, that's an interesting matchup, right? Gilmer's moving. They're playing a team above them, and
yes,
and have the lead there. And we're talking about scores, and so if I wanted to tune in and watch White House and Dallas Wilson, right? That's on NETSN.
Yes.
If you want to watch Center Jacksonville, that's also on NETSN. If you want to tune in and watch Brook Hill and Redwater, that's also on NETSN, as well as Troop and Shelbyville, and then, of course, our broadcast. So, 5 great games going on, and, again, we want you to keep us on, but feel free to add a second or a third screen if you want to, and, just a lot of great high school football action, and it looks like oh, man, I love it. We're lining up for a kick return.
Yeah.
We're back.
We're about time for some football here, and a great matchup here, and you are correct. Dill says mount time for the epic comeback.
There you go.
And Luis Hernandez says win the day Indians. So we got some rivalry going on the chat now. But we're glad that you're watching and with us. This is going to be a great game. It's 16-12 Indians lead, but it is anybody's game. It is a toss-up right now as we are about to begin the second half. We appreciate you sticking with us during the delay. And the Indians are now making their way to the field. Chewy, you got to get things set up to make that kick. And we're about to play some football, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't want to take any credit, but I did say that if I tried to go to the bathroom
You did.
while the power was out, that
You
as soon
did.
as I stepped outside, it would come back on. And I'm not kidding. I wish I was joking. I literally stepped
did.
outside of the press box here, and the lights came back on.
The moment you shut the door, it was like, the lights.
Yeah, so Swepco was listening to the broadcast, and they're like,
Yes.
and now. But no, great chance to get back out here.
All right, here we go. Good kick down the field. And that's going to go over the head.
Yeah, and drop there, and so he has to pick that up around the 8.
And that's Otwell on the return, and a swarm of Indians take him
I
down.
think, in fact, everybody but Chewy.
I think
right?
so, yeah.
And Chewy was he had to stay back because he's a safety valve, right?
Yeah.
Just in case something breaks open. And so there were 10 Indians there on the play. And again, that kick, that's a couple of times tonight where where Mount Enterprise has caught a ball over their shoulder on a kickoff.
Yeah.
And then lost yardage or got nowhere out of it, and so
Well, and he's usually
he's pooching it.
That's about the farthest we've seen him kick. In the game, Enriquez usually kicks it further
and you
or
thought it was
shorter.
You thought it was going to be the little run up, like
Yeah.
onside, and then he blasted it, and so it was a great setup there by Carlisle. And
Yep. So Bennett's getting ready. He's in the backfield, first down and 10. He takes a drop, throws to the outside, caught by Alsop. Alsop breaks the first tackle, but he gets taken down and hobbled it a little bit, but he's going to shake it off. A gain of 5 on the play. I have a 3-year-old son. I teach him that. He falls. He's like, ow, ow. No, nope, shake it off, shake it off.
That's right, walking up. Yeah, great tackle there by Preston Armstrong, and kept him to about a 5-yard gain there. So second and about 5, maybe 6.
Hey, Chill Guy, the delay was about an hour, a little over an hour on the delay. Handoff up the middle. I think that's Ash. And he is going up the middle.
And they catch him. We got
and
a
they
foot
get
race.
him. We got a foot race going. He's down to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown.
What a run, man! That was a jailbreak, right? Once he got past the second level, there was nobody. Game effort there by number 14, Joseph Mejia, but just couldn't overcome the speed there of Ash.
That wasn't Ash. That was number 8.
Oh, it was
Joel Otwell. Joel Otwell came out, and he is a little bit smaller. That wasn't Ash.
Okay, you're right.
I noticed that at about the 40-yard line, and I was trying to catch the number, but he was breezing by, and a great run. And Bennett's going to take this up the middle, try to get the 2-point conversion, and that's no good. And here I am. I'm watching the game instead of doing my job here.
Hey, but we talked about it at halftime too. We might have one of those scoreagami nights, right, where you get that weird score.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting here at 18-16. You don't get those often, right? A couple of missed extra points, missed 2-point conversions, and you got this crazy score. And so, again, like we said, this game is nowhere near over.
Right, and for the first time in the game, Mount Enterprise leads.
Right.
After just 58 seconds in the second half.
Yeah, and again, that's why we play the game.
Oh yeah, oh that was fantastic. And I don't know where Kagan is. I was looking for him. Usually he's the one in the backfield.
Yeah, and I think we just assumed he'd gotten some carries tonight, and so again, our apologies for that, and thankfully we got that corrected. So,
but that was and Joel Otwell is a sophomore for Mount Enterprise, so he's going to be back next year. And that boy's got some wheels. Dang.
That's an embarrassment of riches there to have Ash and then be able to bring Otwell in and do something like that.
And Mejia, I thought Mejia was going to catch him. He was right there.
It was close.
But he had to come from, you talk about pursuit angles. There was no pursuit angle.
Yeah,
there could have been
that's a tough
for
one
that
when
one.
He's running down the middle of the field and you're coming from the corner spot. You don't have a long way to get there. And, almost got him 5 more yards. Maybe he catches him by the foot in time.
Yeah. And there's the kick, a little pooch kick down to about the 40-yard line. It's going to be picked up, and he's going to drop to the ground. I believe that was Xander Castleberry. Was that number 11?
Yes, it was.
So Castleberry's going to get it about the 38-yard line, and that's where the Indians will start. And a little jawing going on by Castleberry and Lucas Burkhart. And a good job by his teammate for Castleberry to pull him off the field and not start anything.
Well, and again, a smart play by him, right? Make the catch.
Yes.
Get down, right? Protect the ball. And, again, you don't want to do something like turn it over after you've given up a score. And so now Carlisle has a chance to punch back, right?
Yeah, and that's hard to do when you have that field. You're like, I want to go. But, good job to drop. Ibarra in the backfield, Hernandez with him. Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. And he pulls up, throws, catch. And that's going to be Garza. Garza cuts to the outside, gain of about 4. And a good run, a good running catch. Run after the catch, excuse me. And that's going to bring up second down and about 6 to go.
Yeah, that was really almost a backwards pass, so he had to get a lot of ground just to get 4 yards there, and did a good job getting up the field.
And there's a pass to the outside, and he breaks a tackle, but we have a dead ball.
He had his knee down when he caught it. He went down to a knee, and, oh, man, that's tough because he had a lot of daylight.
And that was number 3, I believe, Dakota Grigsby on that catch. And he tried to break a tackle. He did a good job. He just hit that knee to the ground, unfortunately. And about a yard shy of the line to gain. 3rd and 1 for the Indians. Ibarra with trips to the right, single receiver to the left.
Yeah, no, empty backfield right. They got a tight end snuck up in there, and so I would imagine they got a little quarterback draw here potentially. Try to get that yard.
Here's snap. Ibarra holds it up the middle, gets the first down and a little bit more, crosses midfield into Wildcat territory to about the 45-yard line of Mount Enterprise, and a first down for the Indians. Good run by Ibarra on that keeper.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him. You know, there wasn't a ton of room there, but he got through it quick, and he did a good job of getting north and south and getting what he could, and then keeping his legs moving.
He's doing a better job of finding the hole instead of just going to the gap where he's supposed to.
Yeah.
Ibarra follows the blockers, finds a good hole, and he's up the middle, gain of maybe 9 on the play.
Yeah, a tackle there by number 5, Coy Freeman. But not before he got, I think he got a first down.
Yeah, they're going to give him the 10 yards. He got right to about the 35-yard line, of course, if he won the 10 yards. So, yeah, just 10 yards and a first down. So, another play, another first down for the Indians, 1st and 10. So, Ibarra in the backfield. Hernandez right behind him. And a pull up on the throw and just out of the reach of Ryder McCamey, the intended receiver for the Carlisle Indians.
And sometimes that happens right on those that zone read kind of quick look there. You can it's hard to get a hold of the ball and make a quick throw out there, and so didn't quite get the connection there. He was open and had a little bit of blocking downfield, but unable to get it to make it happen.
Got a lone receiver down here on the right-hand side, flanked on either side. Got Mejia on one side, Hernandez on the other side, Ibarra waiting on the ball. Shotgun formation. Claps his hands, gets it, and busted play, but Ibarra pulls it in and breaks about 2.
Yeah, I think he was expecting McCamey to cross his face there, and McCamey went wide, and so good job there by him just to get something out of nothing, right? And, boy, that's scary as a quarterback when you're expecting somebody to come by and grab the ball and nobody shows up, and he stayed poised and got somewhere. So 3rd and about, 8?
Yeah, you have 3rd down and 8. Hernandez is behind Ibarra. 2-step drop, throw to the outside. Hernandez catches it, spins, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and gets hit from behind. Gains about 2 more yards on that one. Gain of maybe 4, maybe 5. Let's see where they're going to put him. And got a flag on the play. Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. I didn't see who it was, but that's going to be an automatic first down for the Indians.
Yeah, that's a tough one too, because you get the stop there if you're Mount Enterprise, and man, it's so hard to pull up, but you got to do it right. You got to pull up.
Yeah, you see that. You got to know your surroundings before you duck that head and hit that quarterback. So it's going to be a first down after the 15-yard walk-off.
And when you and I played, it was different, right? When we were playing, it was a different situation. There wasn't the same emphasis on protecting the quarterback. And, again, it's a good thing, right? We don't want to see somebody getting hurt on a play like that.
No.
And so you just have to know to pull up. And, again, it's hard to do, right, because you're going full speed. And
right.
You got to make a split-second decision there. And so
trips left, Hernandez to Ibarra's left. Throw to the outside. Tipped, ball caught, and it was a tip-off. Wow. And that was going to be caught by Dakota Grigsby. And that was a quantity of errors, really,
that was a
to
great
get
play.
The catch. Now, it's a loss, right. And it really shouldn't have.
You kind of dropped it.
Yeah, you kind of don't want to catch it.
That play was entirely made by the corner there. He saw the block coming and decided to press the issue, and he put that receiver right in the hands of Grigsby there and caused the bobble. And yeah.
And you got to give Grigsby I mean, he focused and he caught the ball, but dang, you got to know where you are on the field.
Yeah, that's hard to do, right?
Loss of 4 on the play, you're going to be second down.
I'm sure he was thinking, don't let him pick it, Right?
Yeah. Ibarra comes forward. He breaks to the outside. Gets a good block by Hernandez. Gets to the corner.
And on the signal, and we've got him down.
No, I think he gets to about the touchdown.
I thought he was in, but I was waiting on the signal. I don't want to make a call when it's not the right one.
And you can see in a better position than I can. I'm thwarted by the wall.
Yeah, it was a close one, but he got inside the pylon, and a great block there by the running back Hernandez coming back inside.
Yeah.
And he didn't go backwards. He went sideways, and he made sure the guy was looking at him so you don't get that crack bat shot. And so, again, great run there, great instinct by the quarterback to break that because he was in trouble early, and he busted out right and made it home.
And he kind of did a good job talking about that block. He kind of stopped.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't really pursue. He didn't duck his head. He just kind of stopped. So they're talking to Coach Baker.
They're trying to figure out what's maybe a clock issue potentially, or
I don't know. You can see better than I can.
I think they're saying run the clock, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, yeah.
And again, this is hard because you don't have the official with a mic, right? So you can't.
Right.
You're not hearing what he's saying or what's going on. But we're gonna line up. It looks like we're going for 2 here.
So they're going to have a flag on the play. It's a dead ball. False start. So it's going to back them up. Did you say traveling?
Yeah. I think that's what I heard.
I think you said.
Yeah.
I think the PA announcer said traveling.
He did. Yeah, so false start there. We're going to back him up 5. And, again, that may change your call here. I don't know.
That's when you get the basketball announcer to come do the football game.
Right.
I love it. So they're going to try it again. And they got to go for 2 here. They don't have to go for 2, but they're going to go for 2.
There you go. They got the Brook Hill score settled now. It's 32-8, not 80.
Not
so
80?
Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
That, which is good, and it's in the third.
That's a lot of points within a short amount of time.
I was going to say that's a basketball score. You don't want that one.
Ibarra says something to Hernandez. Rolls to the outside, rolls to the right, throws to the corner, and it's caught. Did you see who caught that?
Yes-ish. No, I'm leaning. I'm looking. I think it was number 4, I believe. Yes, it was. It was number 4, Ivan Garza. He was wide open in the back of the end zone. Perfect touch pass.
Wow.
4-2.
Beautiful, beautiful play by Ibarra. He just touched right out there and gets it up there, 18-24.
Yeah, and he said to Hernandez, he said, hey, give me a block here. I'm going to make something happen. And he did. It was a great block again by the running back. That's 2. Good blocks on the drive by him that allowed a scoring play and then a 2-point conversion, and all of a sudden we got a 6-point game again.
We do. 6:56 left in just the third quarter of the ball game. And so we are cruising along, still have a lot of game. Really, this may be one of those games where it's whoever has the ball last. And I love those games. This is how it's supposed to be done. This is how we do it, man.
Yeah, it makes our job a lot more fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to fill you in with some kind of crazy mumbo jumbo. We just get to talk action and, again.
And good football because both of these teams are phenomenal football teams.
Yeah,
well coached and just good schools, well coached. Love it.
Yeah, and I'm impressed by this Carlisle squad because, Coach Baker's coming back, right? And, when you have the new coach situation, right, and it's still, sometimes it takes a minute, but they've really responded well. And again, Mount Enterprise is taking punches and giving punches back, and so we're in for a treat here. And if you're tuned in, and if you know somebody that's not, man, get them on there.
Yeah.
Again, let us know in the chat where you're from. Tell us who you're rooting for.
Yeah, we got a lot of things on the chat. We got Chill Guy and Tyler Baker. Luis Hernandez is talking, and they're giving a lot of props to their team. Go Indians, and attaboy Yvonne, and attaboy to respond Indians. That's Luis Hernandez.
Man, it's
and they're talking to each other, and I love that too. Y'all talk to each other on the chat too. I'm watching to see, what's going on. But y'all are talking it up. Like we said, call people that you know. And this is going to be a good one. Oh,
they got to see.
Chewy got to be careful. Yeah. That momentum may carry that foot. And get that ball.
He almost gave that ball a love tap.
There's the kick.
Chewy might be my new favorite player.
Oh, yeah. And they're going to let that drop. What are you doing?
Oh, he falls on it. Big loss down to the 12.
And you got to remember, on the kickoff, you got to catch it.
Yeah, man, that's tough. We got a player down here. Hopefully it's nothing serious. It looks like maybe number 61, Brandon Hernandez. So the staff is going to come out and check on him. And
all right, well, we're going to take a break while they do that, and we'll be right back. You're watching Friday Night Lights on NETSN. Don't go anywhere. And we are back.
I was going to say, they're making a discussion about a flag of some sort. Looks like we're going to back them up even more. They were on about the 13-yard line. So it's going to back them up to about what looks to be about the 7-yard line, I'm guessing. It looks about like that, 6-7-yard line. So a penalty of some sort. We missed the call there, but again, they're backed up tight, deep in their own end zone. Can they get out of it, and then can Carlisle make a big play here? It looks like in the backfield is number 10, Aiden Alsup. He's there next to Bennett. So again, we haven't seen. Ash is split out wide over here. So Ash is on the field for this drive. He's in the slot right. Again, we have Alsup in the backfield, and we'll see what we can do here. So Dubs right, single left. He rolls a little half roll, deep shot down the field. Oh, there might have been some holding there. He hasn't seen it yet, so looks like they got Dakota Grigsby on the hold, and he just realized that he got called for a holding. It looked like Ash had a step there, and Grigsby kind of gave him a little tug. Probably not the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, if you're going to give up some yardage, you might as well give up a few versus a lot, and so we'll get a penalty going the other direction here in just a minute. All right, here's the call. We got holding again, as we suspected, on the defense. Again, that's going to be a 10-yard penalty, holding on the defense there. And again, that prevented probably a touchdown, so not a bad call there. We apologize. We got a tiny little lag, it looks like, in our video feed. We're hoping to get that settled. I think, maybe we've got a little bit of that same issue with some power thing, and so we're going to work on that. But stay with us. We'll keep you updated as to what's happening here. And they've got Otwell in the backfield again. That was a good idea the last time. He breaks a couple tackles, spins. Oh, the ball's on the turf.
Oh, man.
Scooped up by a lineman.
It's down again.
We've got razzle-dazzle and a little bit of fumble-rooski going on here. Let's see who comes up with it.
All right, I think I got it fixed.
All right.
Sorry about that.
And it looks like the ball is going to we got a player down.
Uh-oh.
Looks like maybe a cramp by the look of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, these guys were in the locker room for a long time, and they may not have hydrated like they wanted to or should have.
Yeah, man, that was a wild play, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Otwell had a couple of spins, a couple of broken tackles. At the end, lost the ball. It got grabbed by a lineman, number 57. That was Lucas Burkhardt, and then Lucas proceeded to cough up the pill. And then the ball hit the ground again. Then a whole host of Indians and Wildcats jumped on it. It looks like possession will stay with Mount Enterprise.
We want to welcome a couple of people here. It looks like Richard Diaz and Landon Oliver have joined the chat with us.
Awesome. We're glad you guys are here. Again, thanks for tuning in. I know it's been kind of a crazy night with a light delay, not lightning, but a light out, right, a power outage delay, and so we're back.
And Bennett, and he goes down.
Man, he got submarine there by number 4, Ivan Garza, on the blitz on the backside. The left tackle didn't see him coming,
and Jace Webb was wide open on the sidelines. He was pushing down, and if Bennett had gotten that throw off, it might have been a pretty throw.
Yeah, so opportune moment there by Garza. You know, that was kind of a scary one there when you come in from behind like that. Thankfully, the quarterback was able to get back up, but a good sack there, and going to be 3rd and 10 here.
So 5:33 left in the third quarter. A lot of game left. 24-18, Carlisle with the lead. Mount Enterprise has only led once, and it was earlier in this half. Bennett with a handoff. Up the middle is that's going to be Ash.
Yes, sir.
And we got to make sure because they tricked me last time.
That's right.
They had Otwell running last time, and I thought it was Ash.
Yeah, so 4th and 5 here from about the 21-yard line here. So I would assume they're going to punt. Looks like the punter's dropping back. It looks like the punter is going to be it's Alsop there back to punt. Then back deep for the Indians, I think, is Garza.
Yeah, and here comes the punt. Good high punt. And he's waving everybody off. And Garza does a good job. It's going to stay on the Wildcat side of the football field, and Indians going to have good field position to start this one. And what's going on?
I don't know. It was interesting. It looked like he picked the ball up on about the 44, but they're giving it to him at the 47.
Okay.
So I was kind of confused.
I saw you shake your head. I was like, am I missing something?
I was pretty sure that the punt landed there, but it bounced backwards, and then I think they gave – maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I missed it, but it looked like he picked it up closer to the 45. But they're going to give them the ball at the 47, so in plus territory again for Carlisle.
Yeah. So we'll see how they react this time. They drove down the field and got a touchdown last time. And however, the Mount Enterprise defense has done fairly good so far.
Yeah, it's kind of been broken plays overall.
It really has.
The scores have kind of been on that, a cutback, a missed tackle. And
it's not really a blowout situation. And Ibarra keeps it, runs up the middle, does a good job of breaking a few tackles. And I got to say, Kagan Ash hung on for dear life. And if he hadn't, Ibarra might have actually broken that one.
Yeah, and I think Alex Ward there at the defensive tackle was also in on the stop. And so, a good stop there. Again, a good chunky yardage, about 6. So that's going to give us about 2nd and 4. Man, what a gutsy run there by Ibarra. Again, I've been impressed with him about his ability to get downhill, get north and south.
Ibarra gets it, throws to the outside, and it's picked off. And I believe that's Bennett. Bennett's going to head to the 20, 15, 15, 10, 5, end zone. And Bennett dives in, touchdown.
Wow.
Wildcats.
That was a deflection there by number 57, Lucas Burkhart.
And the flag is on the play after. It's a dead ball flag. And I believe we're going to have unsportsmanlike conduct, a little personal foul going.
Man, what a wild play. I just thought, man, that just got deflected. It's going to hit the ground, and next thing you know, it's in Bennett's hands, and he's off to the races and couldn't be caught. And just like that,
yeah,
we're tied up at 24.
And sorry, guys, I couldn't read what was on the field. I was getting so excited.
That was crazy. He was flying.
And so touchdown is in. We have a unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, on Carlisle.
Which, yeah. But I think it's the other way. I think he pointed the wrong direction. I think he was asking the coach if he wanted it on this, but the unsportsmanlike was on Mount Enterprise. So they're going to back them up there and at least force them, if they're going to go for 2 here, they're going to have to go a long way to get there.
Yeah.
And if you're going to try to kick an extra point, it's going to be a really long one, right? So you force the issue here instead of on the kickoff. Yeah, that was a great play. Again, I almost put my eyes down to see who did what, and the next thing I know, the ball's going the other direction. And
so, yeah, you're right. It was on them. They're trying to figure out what's going on.
now we got some questions here again.
We have a chat on here. Mr. Caterpillar says Yvonne, and I'm guessing he's talking about Yvonne Garza, should commit to Miami. I guess that's NGI. We need some more defensive players.
There you go. Well, I guess we'll have to see if the head coach of the Hurricanes is paying attention tonight. And yeah, I mean, again, this has been a ton of fun, has it not? I mean,
oh man, it's been a blast. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
All right, so I think we finally got them backed up to the right place. I think we figured this out again, and we're kind of getting things settled here. So we're going to run this 2-point conversion from the 18-yard line. That's not something you hear every day.
And it's a tie ball game, 24-24. 2-point conversion. Bennett back. He throws to the corner, fade route, and a little bit of a push off maybe, but it doesn't matter. Too far behind his back. And it's a tie ball game.
Looking for Jace Webb there and just unable to make the connection. Jace might have had a step, but that ball was just out of his reach. So tie ball game. Again, we've had several lead changes. We've got a tie now, and again, Carlisle's going to look to get back and see if they can punch back here, right? I mean, this has kind of been one of those heavyweight fights where it's slug for slug, and again, like you said, it might be who has the ball last at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's going to be one of those things.
And again, if you're a fan of high school football, that's exactly what you're hoping for, right? You're hoping for a slugfest.
Right.
You're hoping for that tie ball game. Yeah, if you're a fan of either team, you might want it to be a little bit farther apart, right? But again, a great game.
3:48 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, so again, you've got number 17. I believe that's Yobani Rubio there getting ready to kick off. And then back deep for Carlisle, you've got number 3, Dakota Grigsby, along with number 14, Joseph Mejia.
And you're right, Tyler Baker, what a game. You are correct. We got us a good one. We got a game.
Ooh, oh,
and
that
it's a
ball's on
fumble.
the turf. And there's a
And
fight for it. We got a scrap. We got 2 guys going after it. What do we got?
And I think it's going to be maintained
And I think that was
by Carlisle, yeah.
I'm trying to see who that is. That was number 61, I believe, Brandon Hernandez, because he did not have the ball when they went to the ground, and I think he wrestled it away there from number
He's
7.
like, I'm taking that.
Yeah, Josh Hooten had it, and then he didn't, right? And so great play there. Again, that was a great kick. We've seen a lot of those tonight, right?
Right.
I think if I'm the special teams coach, I'm going back to the drawing board and going, okay, guys, we got to work on this because teams are going to see what we did tonight well or not as well, and they're gonna do the same. And so probably some adjustments need to be made on both ends. But again, man, what a ball game! Man,
it's been phenomenal. Couldn't ask for a better first game of the season for these teams. Both of these teams, and wow. 24-24, 3:43, 24-24 is the score. 3:43 left in the third quarter. Handoff up the middle to Hernandez. He breaks a couple of tackles. He's still on his feet and gain of around 7 on the play. Just shy of midfield. And it's going to be actually a gain of 6, so it's going to be second down and 4 for the Indians.
And again, quickly, they're almost in plus territory, right? One play and just a few yards away from being on the right side of the line here.
And what I love about both of these teams is they're one broken tackle away. I mean, it's just the way they've been playing.
Yeah.
Ibarra on the carry, takes it, breaks 1, breaks 2, and gets past the midfield and the line to gain a little bit more.
He got submarine hard on that one.
Yeah,
he
did.
up a little bit slow. That was a tough tackle there.
And I think, was that Kagan Ash that made the tackle?
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
But, I've noticed about Kagan is he goes in low, and he hits you hard, and he hits you low on those tackles, and he wraps you up like you're supposed to. but he makes sure you're down.
Yeah, he's going to finish that play one way or the other. And
So first down and 10 on the Wildcat side of the ball. And Ibarra in the backfield, Hernandez to his left. We got a little movement on the front. And a free play off to the side.
Oh, just out of reach. Man.
Yeah.
Mejia had a shot at it, set to the corner. Again, that's going to be a free play. So that's going to be 5 yards against Mount Enterprise there. They got him to jump, and so you take advantage of that when it's not unabated to the quarterback. And
right.
You take your shot, and, if you get the catch, you get the catch. Mejia comes up a little bit limp there. Looks like he's having cramping issues again. So the Wildcats commit the offside or the defensive offsides. It's going to give 5 more yards here to Carlisle. And again, they get to replay first down. And you mentioned earlier, right? We had a long delay.
Yeah.
And a lot of times in those long delays, muscles tighten up, right? And they didn't have a lot of time to get warmed up because we wanted to get the game underway and get it finished in time. And so we've seen a couple players come out of the game with some cramps and some soreness. And so now it's going to be a war of attrition, right?
Yeah.
Who's going to finish with their guys and who's going to step up if something happens with an injury. And so that's what it's all about, next man up.
And they just got to make sure they stay hydrated on the side and just, stretch it out because trust me, that hurts. And do we have a timeout? No?
Yeah, it looks like a timeout by Carlisle. Yeah. They had about 15 seconds left on the play clock, and they were just walking out of the huddle, so I think they were going to be short on time, so Coach called a timeout there.
Okay. Well, we're going to call a timeout, too. We'll be right back. You're watching Friday Night Football on NETSN. We'll be right back.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
And we are back. Timeout is over. 2:21 left in just the third quarter.
I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about we just ran the commercial for Fairway Ford and Henderson. They're a great sponsor of Carlisle Athletics, so we couldn't do what we do without them. So
we appreciate that.
Thank you to those guys. And again, if you're looking for that, we'd love to have you sponsor the team.
Ibarra to the outside. That's Ryder McCamey.
Great catch by him. Great play. And again, if you want to reach out to us and be a sponsor for Carlisle or any of the schools that we cover, sales at netsn.live. Again, that allows us to provide this for free. For families and teams in the community.
So first down and 10, as that was long enough for a first down. They're running the clock, 2:07. And we still got a long way to go. Ibarra and company. The handoff. Hernandez to the left-hand side, breaks a couple of tackles, gets through, and the ball on the ground. And I think it is recovered by the Indians.
Yeah, he had a great run there and then just forgot to take it with him.
Yeah.
Looks like, I believe that's number 50. That would be a great recovery there by Brian Garza on the save there to keep the ball in the hands of the Carlisle Indians. Yeah, we talked about it, right? Turnovers, ball security, all those things are so important. And, again, especially as the game wears on and you get tired, right? Those mental mistakes, you got to limit those.
Oh, and a fumbled snap. Ibarra does get back on it, but that's a horrible, horrible situation as they're going to lose probably about 8 yards on it, almost back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Alsup he was almost there, right?
Yeah.
Aiden Alsup got in there, and he almost got in there in time to get the ball. So great tackle and finish by him to keep that from going anywhere. Because, again, those are the crazy things that happen, right? The ball gets fumbled. It can get picked up. Somebody takes off with it. You just never know. So good job there by Ibarra getting back on it.
Third down and 9 now for the Indians. Ibarra tried to do a hard count and nobody moved. 22 seconds left in the third quarter. There's the snap. And Ibarra is going to pull it and tries to get away and runs into his own man and unfortunately loses a yard. So now it's going to be 4th down and 10.
Well, and honestly, if he had bailed left, he had all kinds of time, right? He was trying to get to right where his receivers were, but if he had been able to look up, he'd have seen that he had all kinds of daylight on the left-hand side of the line there, and he could have run for days. But, again, it's 4th down and 10.
And now that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Your score here in Carlisle, 24-24. Y'all, we got us a game. And, hey, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, because if you do, we're going to know, and, you're going to miss something good. We'll be right back.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
That's my fault. Sorry about that. Hey, while we're waiting for the teams to come back out on the field and get set up here, a couple of updates. Tyler High, 42, Marshall, 35 in the fourth quarter. And then Longview has a 28-14 lead over Lufkin.
And we are now in the fourth quarter. Ibarra back, trying to find an open receiver, finds one, and a good job by Dakota Grigsby to get underneath. They're calling it an incomplete pass.
It was close.
And I thought he got underneath it personally. I'm going to say he caught it, but that's just me, and I have no dog in this fight. But he slid and got underneath in another cramp.
Oh, no.
They're stretching him out. He's not injured. He just stretched it out. But
yeah, so they're gonna talk it over here. They're saying incomplete, so
yep.
they'll bring it back. And
so that's going to be a turnover on downs. And now Mount Enterprise is going to have the ball, 1st down and 10.
Yeah, that's a tough one too, right? We don't have the advantage of replay. That's a bang-bang play. That ball was really close to the ground. I think either call, right? You could probably say, but, man, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's just hard when the guy from behind makes that call, but maybe he saw the ball bounce and the guy from the side just saw the hands on the side. So
yeah, we're
going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They're a little bit closer than we were.
We got an injury timeout on the field. It's really just a cramp timeout. And Luis Hernandez on our chat says, kickers are people to kick the ball. I agree. And Ruben Hernandez said, bad call. You know, we got to be nice, but I agree. I think that was a bad call. From what I saw, and I was watching, he scooped right underneath that. He had yellow gloves on. I saw that yellow glove underneath the ball. And so I feel he caught it. But, again, I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not, biased one way or another. But, again, we're up here in a different angle than what they can see down there. So they might have seen something differently. It might have been a different angle. The ball may have hit one way or the other. So, but from what I saw here, may have been different. Obviously it was, because guess what? I'm not the one that made the call.
That's right. Yeah, and that's, but again, that's part of the game, right? It's unfortunate sometimes we don't have the advantage of replay. And so
right.
You have to trust the official. And, again, no official intentionally makes a bad call.
No.
Right? They're not trying to do that. They're trying to make the best call based on what they see, based on evidence on the field. And so the downside is the player with a cramp is the starting quarterback, Bennett. So he's going to have to come off the field for at least a play. And
Yep.
again, we talked about it, long delay. And again, you can't hydrate during the game to make up for where you're behind. You've got to hydrate days before.
There are not enough electrolyte tablets, which I don't even think they have those anymore. But when I was playing, we did to make up for lost stuff.
Once those cramps start, it's almost a done deal, right? It's so hard to get away from them.
And here we go. I don't know who the quarterback is, but I think that's Ash. Actually, Kagan's going to take the ball. And he breaks a couple of tackles. He's going down the sidelines to the 40. And he's going to get midfield, cuts it up, and he's almost got it. And he was one away, and that's going to be number 54.
That was about a 21-yard carry on.
Yeah, Brandon Garza saved the touchdown, and he's down. And I think he got kicked in the stomach.
I think you're right. I thought they had him bottled up back there. There were 6 Indians circling there, and I thought all 6 of them had him. And next thing you know, he's like Houdini. He just slipped out of the tackle and got down the sideline for about 20.
Yeah, and I really think that on that play, that's Brandon Garza. He was holding on and doing a very good job of bringing Kagan Ash down, but I think a foot came up and accidentally just popped him right in the chest. He lost his air. And so while he's down, we're going to go ahead and take a break as well. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN. Don't go anywhere.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make. And at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
And we are back. We were happy to see the player get up and walk off the field. First down and 10. And Ash is still at the quarterback position. He takes the ball, and they're trying to strip it from him. And he gets about 2 yards on the play.
He's holding on for dear life there, and great push there by the Carlisle defense. After giving up about a yard or two, they forced him backwards. And again, good news if you're a Mount Enterprise fan is Bennett's back on the field.
Yep.
So grateful for that, thankful for that for him. You know, that's a hard way to go out, and so glad to see him back.
So Bennett back in. Looks like Joel Otwell is to his left. And I believe Ash is out in a...
You got a quick break after running. Oh, no.
It's picked off. And a bad throw. That's Grigsby with the interception.
That's a no-doubter. They can't call that one back, right?
No.
So thankful that was a great play again. Grigsby gets some redemption, right? He didn't quite make the catch down here according to the referees, but he does get the pick.
And that's the 4th turnover of the ball game for Mount Enterprise. And they hadn't had one this half.
A crucial time to have one.
And a bad time to get one with 10:48 left in the ball game. Tie ball game at 24. And that could be a turning point in the ball game momentum-wise, because really Carlisle they need to just maintain possession and move the ball down the field.
Well, and it was an interesting thing because you could clearly, it looked like there was a mix-up, right? The receiver ran kind of a stop. I think the quarterback was expecting him to kind of run a skinny post or some kind of slant, and because that ball wasn't close, and the quarterback kind of looked like, what are you doing? Where'd that come from?
Right. So we got first down and 10 now for the Indians. And Ibarra, throw to the outside. There he is again with Grigsby trying to get to the outside sidelines, gets to around the 40-yard line. I think they're going to spot him at the 38-yard line this time.
Great tackle there by Wilburn.
That's going to be a gain of, I believe, 4. And it's going to be second down and 6. And the clock is still running, 10:23 in the ball game.
Yeah, and I think if you're, like you said, if you're Carlisle, you want to chew up a lot of clock and score late, right? And then this becomes that chess match, right, where you as a defensive team, you have to fit. You know, I mean, this is what's awesome about this game is it's a back and forth, you know, piece for piece, play for play.
And Ibarra keeps the ball, gets to the outside at midfield, and is finally taken down by Bennett.
And Bennett's grabbing that.
Yeah,
right
he's
ankle.
still
Yeah.
stretching. He's stretching that calf, and you get a cramp in the calf. You know, of course, I'm old, and so I've been woken up many a time by that calf cramp, and you wake up screaming.
And it lingers for a day, right? It still hurts the next
Yeah,
day.
you wake up hobbling.
Thankfully, these guys are younger and a little bit more fit than we are, but
Right.
you still feel the effects.
First down and 10 from midfield. Handoff up the middle to Hernandez. Hernandez pushing and crawling, trying. He's still getting it, and he breaks through. And they get him. He's going to get a gain of around 4, maybe 5. One referee says 5, one says 4. They're going to give him 4, and it's now going to be second down and 6 from the Wildcat 46-yard line with 9:15 left in the ball game.
Yeah,
and
again,
the clock's still running.
This has been a hard-hitting game, right?
It really has.
That
These
play
guys
was
are going to
no
be tired. I'm tired just watching it.
Great night. Yeah, hard-hitting. Again, great run there and great tackle.
Man in motion. Snap. Handoff. No, Ibarra keeps it to the outside. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, but he gains a couple of yardage, and
R.J. Roberts on the tackle,
Yeah.
and he's down. I think he got the same thing that happened last time. I think he grabbed a hold of the ankles, and I think he's got a cramp. He also took a foot to the chin.
Yeah.
So neither one of those feel very good.
and he's back up and going, and I think he just I think he was just more mad at himself.
Yeah, maybe so. He threw that leg up. I thought he might have had a cramp, but I think, like you said, but he's got to come off for at least a play.
Yep.
So they're going to get Carlisle back out here. They're like, you can't have a timeout. He's back up. Let's get
Yeah.
back out.
They're going to start the clock here in a minute. They should be starting the clock, yeah. So 8:44 and counting. A gain of a couple will be third down and 4.
Yeah, and again, Brandon Garza comes off. Mark Alfaro has taken his place on the offensive line there again. I think Garza took that shot earlier, and I think he's still feeling the effects of it a little bit.
And the clock has actually stopped for some reason, but I guess did they call him? I don't know.
Maybe they blew the whistle. Hold on. What do we got now?
And Carlisle calls their second timeout of the half. So, but yeah, I don't know why they stopped the clock.
Yeah, it was either an injury timeout or it wasn't, and then yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We ours is not the question why. But yeah, this is a fantastic game. And again, like I said before, it's all going to come down to really who has the ball last, I think, in this situation. While we're waiting, I'm going to look up some scores to see where we are. And, so let's see what we got in the area here. Right now, fourth quarter, I think you talked about it, Marshall and Tyler High. Marshall's 35. Tyler High is 42.
So breaking news, Marshall just scored.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Went for 2 and got it. So now it's 43-42 Marshall. That happened within the last 30 seconds.
Gotcha.
I believe Longview is still 28-14. I need to check that one again.
Okay.
That's the last I had on them.
White House up 47-7. And we're back to our game. Ibarra straight up the middle, and I think he's got a first down. They marked him at the 40, and if they do, they're going to move those chains, and they will. First down for the Indians.
Again, keeps that clock running, right? Keeps it rolling, and again, that's what you want here. You want to chew up as much clock as you can and score with as little time left as possible.
And we have a final 38-13 Spring Hill over Sabine tonight. Crum over Wills Point 71-12.
Woo, man, a basketball score in there.
Yeah.
71.
And
man.
Sulphur Springs over Mesquite Poteet 48-6.
Nice. Good win there by the Sulphur Springs.
Ibarra and goes to the left-hand side, finds a hole, gain of maybe 9. They're going to give him 9, maybe 8.
8 1/4.
8 1/4, depending on. Because I'm looking at both side judges, and both of them put them in different spots every time. So
they haven't quite been on the same page tonight.
Not at all.
They're making our jobs tough. Yeah, so they did give him the 9. This time the longer run overruled.
I try to go from the far, Judge, but then sometimes I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 2nd down and 1, 7:24 left in the ball game, and Carlisle on the march, and it's a tie ball game, 24-24. Carlisle looking to put it in, and a broken play, but Ibarra takes it up the middle, gets the 1st down and more.
Yeah, good tackle there by a couple of the Wildcats, but not before the 1st down. So again, Bennett was in there on the tackle.
And you got to be careful because Mount Enterprise going for that ball when they're going to strip that ball.
Yeah, protect, right? And again, if you play college football or Madden, right? There's you can adjust the tempo as a coach and go to chew clock, and I think what Coach Baker's got it on chew clock right now.
6:40 left in the ball game. Clock is running, so now it's 6:37. Ibarra in the back. Handoff to number 5, and that's going to be Preston Armstrong. He goes up the middle, gain of maybe 3. And I think that's where they're going to give them. So now 6:24 left and counting. And so, again, they're going to utilize the clock, but they're going to get to a point now where you've got to be worried. Your kicker is good, but he did miss one earlier.
Right. It's that balance, right, of like going just fast enough and just slow, right? You kind of have to find that, thread that needle.
Ibarra with a throw to the outside, a good catch and run after the play. It's going to be a 1st down. And that was Joseph Mejia with the catch and run. And he caught it a couple of yards past the line of scrimmage and then gained about 10 yards, maybe 12 yards afterwards, but it's going to be a 1st down.
And tackle was made by Joel Otwell, so he's playing both ways. You know, he was playing running back earlier. Now he's out there at corner, and so he makes the tackle.
So 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. It's going to be 5:56 left in the ball game. The clock was stopped. I guess he went out of bounds. Ibarra, handoff up the middle. A good run. That's going to be Armstrong. The ball went on the ground. And we're waiting on the call, and it is a turnover.
Oh, no.
The fumble recovered by the Wildcats deep in their own territory. And with 5:48 left, the Wildcats have the ball.
Man, what do we say? Protect.
Protect the ball. We just talked about that. So Carlisle, who was just driving methodically down the field, fumbled the ball.
Yeah, and you get it to a running back again. It's not Hernandez, right? They got it to Armstrong.
Yeah, it was Armstrong.
And he didn't. I think he had started with 2 hands covered, and I think he switched to one a little too early. And man, a great play there by the defense, getting a helmet on the football.
Yep.
Ball pops out, and they make the recovery.
5:48 left in the ball game. The Wildcats on their way out, and now their turn.
Yeah, are they going to go chew clock? Or
to see if they can. Well, I imagine we're going to see a lot of the ball in the air. That's my opinion. Bennett in the backfield. There's the snap. And nope, handoff. Ash cuts to the right side. He's hit. Dropped. Maybe a gain of 1. And the clock running. 5:40.
Yeah, that tackle was by Xander Castleberry. And I believe number 9, Ryder McCamey. And so great play there by those guys to stop that from only being a yard gain there.
And, you know, for the team that was very much hurry up in the first half, haven't seen that much here, and this might be the way you need to go with the hurry up right now. 2nd down and 9. Bennett throws to the outside. It's caught. Alsop with the ball. And he cuts up, breaks a couple of tackles, gets the 1st down and maybe a yard more, and gets to about the 20. I think they're going to put him at the 24-yard line, 1st down and 10.
We got another cramp. Stop me if you've heard that before, but we are we're on our. I think we should have done cramp count tonight.
Right.
At this point, right? Man, it's just brutal though. Again, it's humid. It's the first game of the season. We had a long delay. Like all those things are contributing factors.
Yeah.
And again, we don't have big benches here. There's not a ton of guys on the sideline to bring in, and so this kind of becomes who's healthy.
Right.
At the end,
I mean,
right?
you're correct. I mean, we talked about Bennett. Bennett plays both sides. I've been saying his name both on defense and on offense. Same with Ash. And so, yeah, these guys are tired. And not only are they tired, but they stayed in the locker room for an hour, a little over an hour, and got cold.
Yeah, and you've got on the other side for Carlisle, you've got Hernandez, you've got McCamey, right? You've got, so you've got guys. I mean, Castleberry's played some tight end tonight, and he's playing defense. So you've got multiple guys. Again, Grigsby.
And that's Grigsby, and we hope that's just a cramp, and he, because that's a big hurt for the Indians for him to come out.
Yeah, he had that classic toe point going, the cramp toe point where you're trying to do
hold that
something.
where it doesn't. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so I think it was a cramp, but again, that's that thing where this kind of a war of attrition. Who's going to be upright at the end, and who's going to make the big play when it's needed.
So first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 5:05 left. Clock is running. Bennett gets the ball, rolls to the right-hand side, throws it, got him in the middle of the field with the catch.
It's Ash.
And that's going to be Kagan Ash. And he gets right at midfield, right about the 49-yard line of the Wildcats. And 4:48, clock is still running.
And he took advantage of a good defender in Juan Diaz, but the height mismatch there. And, and he got the big catch there. And he even slipped off the line.
And we got a stoppage here. Not sure. And that's the final timeout of the game for the Indians. And Coach Baker, not a very happy camper right now. Talking to the referees, asking some questions.
Yeah, crazy play there, right? Ash slips on the snap, and then he gets up and he's able to make the catch there over Diaz. And again, Diaz probably did a good job there, not giving up a bigger play, able to make the tackle. And all of a sudden, what was looked like they were coming in to score for Carlisle. All of a sudden now Mount Enterprise is at midfield, swinging the other direction. And so, this game has been a seesaw battle. I think it's a coin flip right now on who's going to win this one, and I think that's the way we love it to be.
Well, and you have to be careful if you're Mountain Enterprise, because if you do go down and score right now, you've got a lot of time on the clock for Carlisle to come back. However, they did just use their final timeout, so that does hurt and give a little bit of an advantage to the Mountain Enterprise side. But
and again, we still have the 2-minute stoppage,
correct.
Right? So there is that. So there is kind of a pocket timeout. So that kind of changes strategy here, right? I think you can take that. I mean, again, he probably didn't want to take his third timeout.
Yeah.
But you can without the same kind of
there's a pass to the outside. Sorry about that. And it's caught.
Oh,
and he catches the ball, and he's down. That's Jace Webb in a beautiful catch over the defender. And he gets down to about, I believe, the 10-yard line.
And he's coming up a little bit limp as well.
And we have a player that is down on the field at about the 40-yard line, back at the line of scrimmage. And we're going to take a break for this injury timeout. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We got a close one here in Carlisle. We'll be right back.
This is where legends rise and moments are made. They're still on his feet. Come on, still on his feet. From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums, we're going all the way. Your favorite athletes, your teams. Ford breaks some tackle. Oh my God! Your passion, all in one place. New games, live shows. Here he goes. He's got some blockers. This is the future of sports.
And we are back. 4:24 left in the ball game.
Buckle up.
And roll to the outside. And that's going to be Ash.
He's going
to break it in, and he dives. Well, kind of. He lowers his head, and they're going to get him out of bounds.
No,
looks like
touchdown. They
got a flag on the play.
There is a flag with the official
right
on
at about the 10-yard line.
line.
That's holding territory.
Yeah, it could be maybe a defensive offside, if anything, that goes in the other direction. But, yeah, score there by Ash. Now we'll see what the call is.
Yep. 4:13 left in the ball game. We're going to wait and see what they call here. And Ash just ducked his head and went through. It looks like they're going to hold the call. So I'm still waiting on the official call.
Yeah, we're trying to see. Maybe it was.
And I think the official's trying to wait on the official call.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Baker, I need an explanation here.
Well, yeah, Whitehat hadn't done much.
Yeah, there was laundry on the field, and nobody
gave
me a reason why. Here he comes, maybe.
Okay, well, I guess.
Case closed.
Okay, touchdown.
Yeah, so the score is good.
So now the extra point.
They're going to go for
They're going to go for 2. Bennett throw to the outside, and it's a slant and
catch.
And it's good.
Yeah.
So the 2-point conversion is good.
And that was number 5, Coy Freeman on the slant there. Again, we have another player down. I think we're cramping again.
Yeah, it's going to be like that. Everybody's just cramping up.
Yeah.
4:13 left in the ball game. Mount Enterprise now up 32-24 over the Indians. It's just the second time they've been ahead this game. And now Carlisle has to come in and work some magic like they did the last time they were down.
Yeah, so, I mean, hang on, people. Buckle
Oh, yeah.
up.
Don't go anywhere.
Plenty of ball game
We
left.
got a lot going on because, man, I'm almost out of voice. Called the game last night. That was a good one with Lindale and Hallsville. Now I'm here calling a great one tonight. And, man, it's what you call a good week.
Yeah, I feel like we're blessed.
Well, we got football in East Texas. That's just how it is.
That's right. That's right.
We got great athletes, good fans that are watching right now.
Well, and I think the thing, like, sometimes people forget that Texas football is like this all over the place, right? And so what we love too is we get to highlight some of these schools, in the 2A, 3A, 4A level that may not have their own broadcasts, and so we get to come out and do something like this and highlight and let people see, that there is a lot of special talent at all levels of Texas high school football, and this game is proof of that.
And I get to do a couple of Carlisle games and a couple of Mount Enterprise games later on this season. So I'll get to be back here. Here's the kick. And that's going to be a good little onside. And that was almost bad for the Indians, but a great job by number 61, Brandon Hernandez, to just get on the top of that ball and keep it from going to the other team.
Yeah, because they didn't have the hands team out necessarily, but
nope.
they needed it. But Brandon did a good job. Initially, missed it, but was able to get back on it quickly, so he jumped down on it.
And not really a bad field position for the Indians with being right at midfield for first down and 10.
Yeah, you wonder if that's going to come back. Again, you got to take a chance sometimes. Why not? Maybe you saw something that that guy was taking off early or something, and so you try it. But now you've given him just 50 yards for a score and a chance to tie it up.
Well, and you stopped him last time. If you're the Wildcats, you look at that, and so you're thinking maybe you can do it again. Ibarra in the backfield by himself.
Double tight end here.
Throw to the outside, Hernandez. Hernandez has a good blocker, heads to the sideline, spins. He was hit by Bennett first.
And then he was finished by Coy Freeman. Coy's had a good game tonight defensively and offensively. He made that 2-point conversion and then a good stick there on the tackle to finish.
Gain of 6. It'll be second down and 4, and the clock is going to stop because he was out of bounds. 3:57 left in the ball game.
And I wonder if them converting the 2-point conversion led to that onside, right? Because you got an 8-point lead, right? It's not 6, it's not 7, and so maybe that gives you a little bit of a chance to do something like that and not be as nervous about it.
Ibarra keeps it, heads to the corner, and he gets a good amount of yardage there, gets the first down plus more down to about the 32-yard line, 1st and 10, and now the clock's still running, 3:51. Of course, they got to set the chains, then start the clock.
Yeah, and Freeman did a good job again. That was a touchdown-saving tackle there. He went low and took the legs out from underneath Ibarra.
And it was a good read by Ibarra to go ahead and pull that ball back from Hernandez because he saw the hole. And a great block, a great kick-out block by the lineman. First down and 10. Ibarra keeps it, finds a blocker, tries to get in, gets helmet knocked off. But a gain of 4 on the play. Got to get up, got to get going because the clock is not on your side right now.
And you got to switch out here. You can't have your quarterback back in unless they say you pulled it off.
And somebody just gave me, and you may want to look at this, somebody just gave a score. Frankston, number 25, Frankston beats number 9, Joaquin, 40-22.
Wow. All right. Frankston Indians. Hey, I'll actually be in Frankston, I think,
Yeah.
next week, and so
we do a couple of Frankston games
I
this
think
year.
next Thursday night we'll be in Frankston for their game. So congrats to the Frankston Indians. That's a big win because Joaquin was a playoff team last year and made some noise in the playoffs, and so.
And thank you for the score update. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be second down and about 5.
And it looks like Xander Castleberry has come in at quarterback for this play. Again, the helmet came off of Ibarra, so he's got to come off the field.
Castleberry gets low, going to run the ball behind Hernandez. He cuts to the outside. He finally cuts in, gain of about, I'm going to give him 5, and they're going to give him 5 with a first down.
His own guy got in his way. He might have had 10, and he got tackled by his teammate.
And his helmet came off, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they like to take the quarterback's helmets off. But I believe they're going to move the chains, hopefully, here.
And those are 2 big hits, right? And so back-to-back big hits. Oh, yeah, they're bringing him off. I thought they were going to send him back out for a minute, but Ibarra's back in.
And I don't know what they're waiting on here. But the chains are just kind of chilling.
There they go.
And the clock has stopped, which is not bad for if you're a Carlisle fan. But 2:46 left in the ball game. Now the clock is running, 2:44 and counting. Ibarra alone in the backfield, twins to the left. Receiver to the right. Hernandez in motion, comes across. And Ibarra is going to follow Hernandez. Cuts up the middle, though. Finds a hole and makes about a 8-yard gain.
Yeah, great run there by Ibarra. Great read. That's the first time really. Actually, they keep continuing to go away from Ash. If you notice, they're running at Wilburn, and they're going to stay away from Kagan Ash. He's been disruptive all night, and so they're going to take him out of the play as much as possible by running the other direction, which is a smart play if you're Carlisle.
They gave him a 7-yard gain, so it's going to be second down and 3. 2:01 left in the ball game. The ball sits on the 15-yard line.
And there's our 2 minutes.
There's the 2-minute stoppage. And so here's the big thing. You got 2 minutes left. You have no timeouts. And so you're Carlisle. You got to be careful how you do these next few plays because you got to be careful going to the air. Yes, you can stop the clock, but you also got to be careful. Mount Pleasant has all their timeouts left. So if you score too quickly, they can get the ball back and utilize that time frame.
Yeah, it's the balance here, right?
But if you take too long, you run out of your time. What do? I mean, so you're danged if you do and you're danged if you don't. And I know Baker's got to, and that's why he's the head coach, but he's got to balance that. He's got to figure out, okay, what do we do? Where do we go? And so I'm going to be anxious to see how that works out, how he maneuvers and is able to make that distinction here pretty quick.
I think if it were me, inside of 2 minutes, I'm trying to get the score. And if I leave some time, I leave some time, right? But you've got to get the score. And so you don't want to run yourself out of time, especially without any timeout. So I think if you get a score, you take it, and then you hope your defense can bow up and stop them, right?
Trust your defense, yeah.
I think you have to. You got to score when you can. You know, my dad always said, eat when you can, sleep when you can. And if you're in football, you got to score TDs when you can.
It's second down and 3 to go from the 15-yard line. 2 minutes left in the ball game. Big possession here. Ibarra keeps it, runs up the middle, finds a hole, and he's taken down, but not after the first down. And he's going to gain about 6, I believe, and now you're in first and goal territory at the 9-yard line. They're going to put him into 10. So first and goal from the 10-yard line. And minute 53, and the clock is running. So here we go. This is for all the marbles. Really the last series, barring anything weird, for the Indians. Ibarra all alone in the backfield. Hernandez in motion. Ibarra keeps it and is knocked down in the backfield. And that's going to be who?
Kagan
Ash coming from the outside linebacker position and knocks him down.
I think he got tired of him running away from me. He said, I'm not even going to wait anymore. I'm just going to go.
Loss of 4 on the play, and it'll be second down and goal from about the 14-yard line.
Yeah, he just decided he wasn't going to let anybody stop him, and he just said, I'm going to go make a play in the backfield, and he did.
A minute 6 left in the ball game. And Carlisle taking their time. Ibarra is going to follow Hernandez and is hit from behind, and that's going to be Bennett along with Alsop.
Yeah, great play there because there was a hole.
Yeah,
right? And they
he
both
had one.
collapsed it. Yeah, he had room. If he'd gotten through that level, and both those guys closed the door quickly.
40 seconds left in the ball game.
Man, this is tough.
3rd down and goal. They're back at the original line of scrimmage at the 10-yard line.
Fans are coming to their feet here.
30 seconds. Ibarra, 2-step drop, fade, and it's caught at the 5, and he's taken down.
What a tackle there by number 5, Coy Freeman. Again, he's been big on this drive. That's another game-saving play.
Garza with the catch, 15 seconds left. Ibarra waiting for the call, and so this is going to be the final play of the game. They got to hurry up and get the ball snapped. Twins to the left. He snaps it, and the ball gets.
He spiked it.
He spiked it.
Should have been spiked with 2 seconds left. I'm not sure. They can't celebrate.
He spiked it with 1 second left, at least that I saw, and they're holding up. The referees are going to have a conversation. But he looked like he spiked it with at least a second left on the clock.
I agree. At least 1, if not 2.
Yeah. And the referees are going to talk about it. And I think they're just going to call the game. Yep. And the referees are going to just decide the game is over. Oh, it's a penalty. And the penalty is going to be on the offense.
Which is a 10-second runoff.
Yep, 10-second runoff. That's the ball game.
Oh, man.
And so a devastating way to end the ball game for the Indians. And the final here in Carlisle, Mount Enterprise 32, Carlisle 24. And you got to give it up for the Mount Enterprise Wildcats to come back and make it. I mean, it's been the game the whole time, but they didn't lead the whole first half, and then just make a game of it. Great job by both teams. Wow.
Yeah, and a tough way to end it, right, on a false start there. Not everybody was set, and so when he spiked it, right, there were two guys in motion, so you had the penalty. So a tough way to lose. But, again, Carlisle was a game opponent tonight, and I think, walking into this, if you'd looked at records from last year, I don't think you'd see the game being close.
Right.
So hats off to Carlisle for making it a good game. And, again, you got to make plays when the game's on the line, and Mount Enterprise was able to do that and make the right play. That tackle there by Freeman on Garza, if he misses that, we potentially have a tie ball game, right? Those plays were huge. Freeman had 2 or 3 big tackles on that last drive that kept Carlisle from getting anywhere that they needed to be.
Well, y'all, there was a great game. I want to just give props out to both teams. I want to tell everybody who watched tonight, thank you for watching. We appreciate you sticking with us through the delay. And we're done. We're going to go ahead and call it a night. We had the delay, so we're going to pack it up. We want to pack up quick because I think they're ready to pack up. Yeah. They're already turning off things. So we're going to call it. So for Jeremy, myself, and our camera crew, and all of our NETSN family and friends, we're going to bid you adieu for the night. Y'all have a great Labor Day weekend. We'll see you next time on NETSN. Good night, everybody.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.